there's one more of the rebels going on here. Really? We've got the angels and ancestors also coming out here. So I want to make sure I've got... Okay. What do we got going on? Ooh, this one really had a rough day. Good that I have a backup on that deck. Okay. This was the one I was drawn to first, so we're going here first. For Gloria. What do you need to know? Slow down. Okay, we've got the juggler, her wicked ways, and supernova coming in. So we've got the juggler trying to do too many things. This one is really impressive at juggling two things, but always juggling, always juggling, always juggling exhausts you. This is something about the doing, the juggling. What would happen if this guy just put both things down and sat down and was with himself? I mean, you'd have to contemplate. You'd have to slow down the monkey mind. This is what's going on. Supernova is actually hidden here. It's not shown as hidden, but it feels like it's hiding behind this nonsense. This is what's coming through. If you want to be the star, you don't have to be the star of the show by saying yes to everybody, doing for everyone all the time. No. You be the supernova by standing up for yourself, by standing strong in your own truth. You can show her those. I can go the next little bit for you. And supernova is huge. This is how you get your own power, your own energy back. What else is going on for you? Okay. This is going to test you. Whatever this is that's going on, it's going to test you to try and not action orient and do it and solve and resolve and solve the puzzle right away. Faith in the process is coming through, and this is a gorgeous one. It's pretty much black and white. Honey, will you show this gently? Show it gently so it's like not a problem. But you've got faith in the process and inner trust coming up, and then you have what is already within you, which is what I just said. But you're going to have to slow it down and be still. The rushing and racing doesn't serve, and the be still is absolutely necessary. Will you show her those? Be still is coming through. Now we're going to go to the angels and ancestors and see what's going on here. Wow, something coming in a line here and a line here. There is some kind of thing, again, faith in the process. There's a shedding that's going on, the shedding of the old skin. This is really, really important. Shedding of the doing is what's coming out in a big, big way for you. Slow it down, moving slowly, but this is not a linear path. You have to enjoy the process, and it's the path of the Sidewinder. It's serpentine path. The moves are the back and forth, slow. It doesn't feel quite spiral, but it's more zigzaggy. The shaman's coming in. This is knowing your own medicine. Somebody that is a shaman or somebody that has medicine woman energy doesn't go around, I'm the medicine woman, look at me, and let me help you, and let me help you, and let me help you. They conserve their energy and what they need to do, and then when people ask, they will help. Sometimes you'll volunteer to help, and it's a good thing, but you got to be able to have enough in your own pitcher to pour from, right? Okay, this is what's coming through. See what else is coming through. Okay. Summer is a time where people generally speed up and get busy. This is saying bask in joy and light. It's got the bumblebee here, but the bumblebee is making honey the whole time. The bumblebee knows what it's doing, knows its assignment, right? The bumblebee knows this. They're known for working hard. That doesn't mean just being busy. Even bumblebees sleep. The mountains are right in the middle of this. There's something that's coming up as a blockage. It's a tricky climb. Yeah, a tricky climb. Now, up here and here, we've got ancestors around, and these come in as very representative as people, ancestor energy. So I'll show you these, then we're going to get to these. Because we've got the protection guardian that says, drop your shields. And this is risking vulnerability of self with self. Seeing the shadow side of self, seeing the vulnerable side, allowing yourself to be a little less liked by people that you don't want to disappoint. Coming through. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. This is coming through strongly, and it's coming through masculine. It's coming through as an ancestor. It doesn't exactly look like the dude here, but something about the warmth of the face is there, and it's coming through masculine energy. So this would be like great-great-grandfather type of energy. An earth guardian, staying grounded. Yeah, quit running and running and running and running. You can't outrun your own self. No matter how much you do and serve and go and do and help and action, action, action. When you need to be still, you need to slow down and be still. You can't go chasing after stillness and catch it. You need to be still, be grounded. And this is getting out in nature. This is getting out where it's green. I'm getting specifically, get out where there are plenty of green trees around. This is important. It's more important than the mountain. It's green trees. This is something about letting somebody have the answer of no, and it's going to be okay. This comes through as ancestors. This comes through very, very specifically connected. Anything else? This just feels more like Spirit Squad ancestors. These might be adjacent. Like if somebody were to do genealogy, they might not be directly up your line, but they'd be adjacent. I feel like we've got one more in there. Hang on, honey. Okay. Wait for important information. And on this one, it's about the smoke, baby. If incense changes it, if saging something changes it, whatever it is, change your environment and your atmosphere. Cleanse whatever it is in the atmosphere. I don't care if it's sage. I don't care if it's Palo Santo. I don't care what it is. But I'm getting the smoke and the smudge type of process will be something that is helpful to you. It shifts how it is. If for you that's getting essential oils and putting them on in the diffuser to lift your spirits or shift the mood, do it. You know how to do it. It's a simple hack, simple fix, a simple way into your own spirit. And then just wait and be still. Reverence and honor and respect your own stillness. That's complete. Wow, that was big. Big. Yeah. Stand firm. I love that for you. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah. And I'm getting the song. It's Emmy Rossum, Slow Down is the name of the song. And you hear it once and you get the point better than I could ever articulate it. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So good. So, okay.
All right, Gloria said, thank you, Angie.
You are welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. Yeah, slow it down, even if the rest of the world is going fast.
All right, there's our prices. $5 off tonight only. The Blind Oracle, the Year Ahead, the One Question Mini in Full, and the specialties.
With me tonight, guys.
And
Phil is
those are
with
the
me.
apps. Yes, and as Krista said, the list is open. Hi, Sandra. Sandra's here.
Hi.
We have Kelly coming up next.
Okay.
If you'd like to get on the list, there's one on the list right now.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly.
All right.
Is a full read.
Okay.
Will I get answers to my health issues?
I am not a doctor. There's the disclaimer. I am a tarot card reader. Let's look and see what you might be getting in this. Will you get answers to your health issues? I want to go to the Light Seers. You guys have seen this all over. It's not anything that people haven't seen, but this is a brilliant deck. It took me forever to get this deck, and then I got 3 of them. Well, I got 2 more, so I have 3. Will you get answers to your health issues? Yes, you will get answered. There's going to be something offered and something a little bit different. I am getting something very weird, and I'm just going to tell you, whatever it is that you're doing, this comes up as Knight of Cups. This comes up whenever this is in health readings to me. This is elixir, so it's not just like about drinking an elixir, but sometimes it's about balancing not just your water intake, but also your pH and things that are the nutrients that you would intake in that kind of way. It's not going to be easily solved with a protein drink or just knock back your medicine and blah, blah, blah. There's something about this that needs to calm down. Yeah, something about this, it feels like something about this that will, you know, when you have the old school remedy of if you've got an upset stomach or you've got acid indigestion, they have you drink baking soda water to calm things down. It's kind of a little bit nasty, but it helps things balance out. There's too much worry, too much stewing, and you can't have it so you're stewing in your own juices about your own health, because then you get in your way of your own health. This is a big deal, and it's coming in as an elixir, as in settle things down, bring things into balance the pH. There's something that needs to crumble and fall. Not everything is going to be roses. Tower in this kind of a reading is really challenging because the thing that was built, or the physical form of a thing gets shot to shit. And it's like, okay, what the hell is going on here? Then you have to start again. You know I love this card. It is a beautiful, beautiful lesson, but it comes after the beautiful disaster. It's like the epiphany comes through, the information comes through. You definitely need to be aware of your own information, seek out your own answers quite a lot. When you go to whatever practitioner, doctor, whatever it is, this is just good general advice. But advocate for yourself and have your questions lined up. Know what it is. Be very, very time efficient for yourself. Be ready with the questions you want to ask. Sometimes people go to the doctor and it's like, shoot, I forgot to ask, blah, blah, blah. Write them down is what I'm getting. Write them down so you can get the answers. And if you think it might be connected to something else and you've read on this, there's nothing wrong with asking, is this connected to that? There's something about that coming through for this. There feels like a generational breakthrough on this. I don't know if this is like an inherited health issue or something that's a legacy health issue. Like, you know, some of the genetics things that are hiccupy in families, whether it's digestion or whether it's, you know, wonky knees or whatever it is. I don't know your situation, but this feels like this probably is in the family somewhere. And you might want to double check your family history on this going forward. I think you will get the answers. It does feel like there's something that is in there, and it feels like there's improvement, but you need to seek deeper. This doesn't come quickly. It's not an easily solvable thing. There's multiple tweaks to adjust. Yes, and you will move on. You'll stand strong again. This is the 10 of Swords after, you know, the darkest hour. This is usually all the swords in the back. This one walks again.
I'm a nurse. I know that drill very well.
Yeah, yeah. Justice is saying again, balance, balance, balance coming in. Now I want to see what else is coming through for you. The anxiety and the stressing over it seems like it needs to settle down. And if you're a nurse, you do know this. You need to like bring your own chart and don't go for the treat 'em and street 'em kind of doctors. You know those kinds. You know the kinds that have no good bedside manner, and then you know the ones that are all bedside manner, but they don't think outside the box, or they're just going to write you a script and then call it good, and they're not going to look deeper. You want somebody that is going to be there. You need a good connection. If that means you fire a doctor that's a little too stupid but really friendly, you do that. They're only human too. Yeah, there is improvement coming on this as far as the energy of the cards. That's how I would read these. Now, I'm not the doctor, but I'm a tarot reader, and I know what the Magician and the Star adds up to. That adds up to magic and hope coming through in a big way. This is something coming through, and it might be a problem that's not easy to solve, but it doesn't mean it's impossible or that you won't find answers. I've seen too many miracles on the health front to ever doubt that. Death and transformation, the 2 of Swords, you're going to have to make a choice as far as the path that you choose. Now, this one sometimes tries to look only logic, but I'm asking you to trust your higher self. She doesn't always know to trust her emotion. She doesn't always know to trust her higher self. This one is where the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, and it's work to get out of the cocoon. It's work to get out there and fly. The caterpillar had no idea when he took that nap. No idea at all. But the butterfly emerges. This is good. 8 of Wands. There's something happening here. This 8 of Wands is a strong time stamp, and it feels like this to me here. It feels like 8 of Wands, 8 weeks, more information, more information. These next 8 weeks, be on very, very data mindset. Be aware at the beginning and the end of each week what's going on. Keep track of your shit. You know how to chart if you're a nurse. You know what's going on. And you need to do it in a way that isn't so overwhelming. Don't get overwhelming. Just chart it in a way that makes sense to you. Pay attention to different things that you're doing. Like sometimes, even in massage therapy, when I was doing massage, people might not know the habit they're doing, but our habits and the way we might sit or the way we might adjust. Like if I'm sitting like this, I'm going to feel something if I'm like this for a long period of time. So watch where your body positioning is. This is old massage school stuff, but watch where this is, and the balance and everything that happens from the feet up, whether if something's off in alignment, it's off in alignment. Usually it's off in the knee, and then it's off on the other side of the hip, and then it's off on the other side of the shoulder. Watch the alignment of what your body positioning actually is ergonomically. Don't know what that's about. Watch yourself for 8 weeks. You're going to have a lot more information. A lot more information. Things are going to shift a little bit for you. What else is going on? Love it. Happy families, but I would definitely check the family tree on this. Love it. This is legacy. This is what kind of mark do you want to make? How do you want to leave your mark? That kind of thing. And this is breakthrough. This is the card of legacy and inheritance and breakthrough energy. Okay, anything else she needs to know? This is where you're figuring this out. There might be more of a connection than you realize, or information that's forgotten. Anything else? There's a rebalancing that is big on the other side, coming through. Holy smokes! This is why I like reading identical decks. That's why I tell him I need more than one when I buy a deck. Okay, Ace of Wands is giving you the new start, but look what else we're seeing. The universe is trying to give you the heads up in the biggest way possible on these cards. This is what else you need to know. What I've said before, pay attention. Just show them. Just show them. I mean, holy shit. The fire in the mind and the way you are inspired to seek this out is going to help. And yeah, it's going to be big. The Ace of Wands is the inspired mind, and how you're keeping track of this is big. That's huge, huge repeats on huge, huge cards. Huge cards. These are major arcana. The Star of Hope and Justice. Something must come into balance. There is lesson in this. There is learning in this. But it must come into balance. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, realize that when you are chain breaker, breaking family curses, some people call them, generational inheritances and legacies that are sometimes through health or sometimes through habit, whatever this is that you are doing to chain break the legacy and change it, you're going to leave better going down the track because of it. But things that impact us even 2 generations back can be in our DNA and we don't even know it. So they can influence it more than we even realize. So yeah, that's what I've got. Be very quantum aware, okay? Little caterpillar in this regard. Be quantum aware. Get yourself the rest. If you're cocooning and needing the rest, you rest. Be aware of your field. Be aware of your energetic signature. And be aware of clocks and entrainment. And look that up. See what's going on with that. That's something that is huge. Yeah, that's hippie trippy. I know. I know what I know. Okay.
All right, she said, love it. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, honey. That was beautiful. And this is the Light Seers deck. And it's gorgeous, guys. If you're thinking about getting one of these for yourself, do yourself a favor. If you like to see double, go ahead and get 2. Because it is a great little deck. It's a good one. And that's by Chris Ann. All of her decks are quite beautiful. But of all the Chris Ann decks, this one is my favorite. Okay. Water for me.
Pamela, I need your question when you get a chance. Need your question when you get a chance. Jeez. All right, and Pamela just said, drink some water. And Brandy loves your shirt, Ange.
Thank you. It is Phil's shirt. I said, choose the shirt you want. And he's like, people love it when you wear band shirts. I was not raised on Queensryche. I was raised on The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. And this one's like a metalhead. So, okay.
Give me a devil's horn. Come on. No.
This? I was doing this.
Yeah. Got it.
He says, look at me, Ange. And then I get a picture that looks like... Don't know why he does this, but yeah. Okay.
I got it, man.
I'm so happy for you. Clap, clap. Oh, good grief.
Look,
So
that is
silly.
classic, man. Look at that.
You know what's more classic? The New York State Birds.
Oh, man.
Okay, what are we doing now?
Yep, that's one of my favorite bands, Brandy.
Yeah.
Queensryche and Van Halen 1 and 2, Day by Day.
And I'm not a metalhead, but I am a fan of Jeff Tate's voice. Boy. And I don't know what band is that. What is that? What band does he sing for? Why does that escape me? Jeff Tate.
Queensryche.
That's it, completely? I'm like, it can't be that. It can't be
and
that.
his own band, like his cover bands.
You guys can tell. I'm not a metalhead, but I am a fan of his voice. I'll be like, what is this? What is this? But yeah, I was raised on Do Re Mi, and not. No, my mom would probably change the station. I mean, she thought Madonna was a little rough and Van Halen was a little rough. So yeah.
Yeah, Zuri, there's the PayPal. It's gonna be my name with Angie's picture, I believe. Yeah, and there's 4 on the list, just so you know, Zuri.
Okay.
Okay, Pamela, I do need your question when you get a chance.
And if you want a general, you can just put a general whatever. But sometimes on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, some of those, sometimes you put the question in and it's not as easy to find as you think. So just FYI, folks.
Hopefully
Okay.
it's not getting flagged.
So, and if it's getting flagged or whatever, you can.
TikTok has a thing with some words.
So if it's a love reading.
Oh, there it is. Good. She just like a general.
General. Okay.
Oh, see, I love the hair bands too, Brandy. And
Pamela for general. See, and I am not good at name that tune. Who is this? Who is that? Mixing it up. It's like, don't you know? I don't know. But when I'm in the cards, I'm in the cards.
So, yes, Pamela General, Sandra on deck, then Cass, then Krista.
Where's your deck? Oh, Pamela, you're getting my favorite deck. One of my all-time favorite decks. It's the Dark Mansion. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. The Dark Mansion. Fabulous, fabulous general. We'll see if we need more of these. Okay. And is this a full or
This is a full.
Okay. We're doing the book. So we're going to do 9 here, 9 here, the binder in between, some up and down. We're going to see what's going on for you. Now, when I do the book, this is like the last page of one chapter, the next page of another chapter. And I don't know if we're going to get in seasons of time or months of time or any time at all, but think of it in those terms. So this spread I call the book. Wow, okay. Big decisions, clear-headed thinking, almost cold on the heart right now. Needs to happen for you. Again, clear-headed thinking. Whatever this is, you need to cut the shit, cut away from, cut out of your world. You need to do. It doesn't make it easy. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. Okay, let's go. Now these ones I drew all over the back with magic marker, so as to not get them mixed, because I couldn't bring myself to edge them any other way, and they have black edges, but there's a little bit of trepidation. That's the word I'm getting. A little bit of trepidation about going forward in this one. It is coming. It's coming through a little bit more vibrantly, a little more vividly coming through in this way. Really, really great. I'm liking that a lot. Let's see what, these cards are in my way. I want the binder. This would be like the spine of the book. If you open the book, this is the spine, and this is what joins and carries over some of these lessons from here over to here. Usually there's 5 in there, and that feels right today. There is a trickiness in digesting things, a trickiness in processing things, a reluctance to process. This is what causes the trepidation here. It must be done. But the fallout, the consequences of whatever this choice is, you know it's a big deal. You know it's a big damn deal. And there's no sugarcoating that at all. See what's going on for the headline. I want 3 across here, 3 across here. Okay. All right. What we're seeing in the conscious thoughts is that there is a little bit of fear to rely on your intuition and the truth that you already know. We have the moon, procrastinator's card, and the truth that's already here. The moon over on this side, more towards past, this towards future, okay? There's something that definitely needs chopped out, cut out, done away with. This could be situational, but often when it comes through, it's personal. It's who you're dealing with. You can't make space in your closet or in your world for new things if your hands or your spaces are already full. It feels like you can't make space for the new friendship, relationship to come in if you are still attached or tethered in any way to the old. So that's what I'm getting on this. Flip these for you here. The truth is the truth is the truth, and you know it. Queen of Swords holds the truth. And she is sometimes perceived as the bitch because she can be abrasive, can be perceived as cold, but she's right. She's right like 99.9999% of the time. So if it feels like it's abrupt or abrasive, if it feels like standing in your power is difficult, do it anyway. Stand strong for the truth and for yourself. This is showing you've put in the work, and you want the happy relationship, but something is blocking it. This is what's blocking it. You've got the need to walk away from something that isn't fulfilling to change the terms of a situation. And this one has seen and witnessed and knows. He's kind of a bad communicator, a little bit of a gossip sometimes that will come through, or just poor communication skills. He's got the big truth, but he wants to be the knight. He wants to be moving forward, but he's seen enough, and he's down here right in the middle of the glue. Procrastination and knowing something, seen and observed something, but not ready to move on. And you are right in it, in the thick of it. The Three of Wands, there's a waiting coming in here. And I'm not loving this here. It feels like waiting like an appendage, waiting like a piece of furniture, waiting on somebody else, waiting on something. Stop waiting. It doesn't serve you. You need to make the moves. Ten of Swords here. Move on. Enough pain. Enough lessons and pain have been experienced. There has been a completion. Time to move on. God, this blockage, just waiting, this procrastinating, waiting and blockage coming in through here. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Feels like wanting to wait till something is more secure or guaranteed is the word I'm getting. Guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Death and taxes, maybe. But not even always that, right? This is a card of legacy, breakthrough, inheritance, wealth. This is breakthrough because it completes something after generation. After much time of accumulation of a certain pattern, you think, how do I want to leave my mark? What is my personal legacy going to be? And it's huge. And it's not one of contention. It's not one of strife. It's one of victory. This one shows more of what is a Four of Wands type of moment, but it's the Six. They don't show it the same way. That's probably one beef that I have with this deck. But the Six of Wands is the card of victory, of succeeding in something, instead of having conflict. So this is huge. Honey, can you show her both of these? That's what's happening in the past. Let's see what's going as we take the binder and go more towards the future. Okay. Again, the security is getting in your way. When we have lots of security and we're hoping for guaranteed result and lots of security, this King is in the binder. It's in the way. This Miser is in the way. The card of fear, of having enough of what you need, but not having a plethora of it, right? And wanting to have more support than you actually do around you. This is fear to take the leap of faith. And the leap of faith is necessary. If you don't create the change necessary, the Tower is in here right in the middle of the binder. The Tower is a potent card. One of my absolute favorites once it's done. Doesn't mean it's easy to get through. Oh, no. It's a plot twist. It's a cosmic wrecking ball. It's huge. And sometimes it's the bolt out of the blue that you can't control. But something, if you don't take the divine detour, it's going to detour you anyway. Plan on it. High Priestess coming through in the Hermit. Ooh. Subconsciously, you want more spiritual growth. You want to take the lead a little bit more. This is the King that leads others. Why are you abdicating or allowing somebody else to be the lead and waiting for them? That's no more your role anymore. You're meant to step in the leadership role more for yourself coming through. This is taking the leap of faith right here with the Fool. But it's the High Priestess. And if you get the High Priestess year, it's like a year and a half. These are like soul etching mysteries that come through. It's something that is etched on your soul's blueprint that comes through over time. And it's not always easy. But it is core to who you are. It's essential to who you are. It cannot be escaped, run around, outrun, nothing like that. Nothing. The Hermit. This is the dark night of the soul, doing the soul's work and soul retrieval lessons, and then holding the light for others. This is what part of what you are meant to do here. We aren't just meant to do one thing on the planet when we're here. We think, what is my purpose? And we think of it singular. What are my purposes? There are many purposes. But this is etched on your soul. Something shifts as the binder goes across. And let's see what's going on here. We have Temperance coming in. That guy was over here. Temperance is coming here, and this is the one that transmutes, alchemizes, takes something and balances it and makes it something entirely different. And it's not as easy. I say it's not as easy as vinegar and oil salad dressing. It's more like Hidden Valley Ranch, where you've got 15 different spices going on. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of blending, a lot of harmonizing. There's a lot of flow that needs to be done, and a little bit of, it's shown a little bit differently here. She is pouring down and having the gravity actually go into that picture, but in the original, the water actually flows across. Now, when we're in flow, we're in a state of ease. We're moving with the flow. When we're not in flow and we're paddling upstream, it's work, 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 work. If something is feeling like work, 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 you're paddling upstream. You're going the wrong direction. If something is feeling like it has more ease, not because you're being a chicken shit, but because there's ease in it and it naturally resonates with your soul, that's when you're in flow. Okay, coming up. We're seeing the Two of Cups coming up. Now, this is the perfect partnership, the perfect relationship, something that is super balanced. People are bringing equally. It didn't feel that way here. Something changes going forward. Whether it's a behavior pattern or what, I don't know, but something changes in how you're operating. The MO has changed. The MO must continue to change. The through line across here, both the centers, yeah, you got swords that you got to move on from here. The anxiety is still here, and leaving the rough waters for smooth. This is quit your arguing, quit fighting stupid ass fights, and get out of the way of somebody that needs to force their opinion on you so greatly. Get out of the way of this, leaving the rough waters for smooth. This is something that if you're, sometimes in a relationship, you go through seasons, you go through cycles, and things change. This is something that one person has to initiate the change and start the change, because we can't change the other person. We can only change ourselves. This is how it goes. The Two of Cups is coming where there's a more equal offering in the future. King of Cups is saying, be patient, be patient. What feels like detachment and being aloof is somebody keeping calm. Not everybody gets worked up about the same things that we get worked up about. Not even our besties, our best friends don't always get worked up about the same things. It doesn't mean they don't love us or that there needs to be disagreement, but there needs to be an allowance that is for somebody else to be in their own little big drama, or if they're not in your big drama, it doesn't mean they're not in your corner. It just means they're doing it differently. And this goes like at least triple time for relationship dynamics. When you have female-male relationships, estrogen and testosterone operate differently. And it would be nice if the world told us that a little bit more. It doesn't mean that we don't all have divine masculine and feminine in us. We all have masculine and feminine. But there is certain things that these chemicals and chemistry does that we operate a little differently in the general. It doesn't mean that we can't change how we are doing or honor whatever the other is bringing forward, honor their way of doing. There can be two different styles, two different approaches that get you to the exact same point.
She's looking for my higher purpose.
Yeah, you're going to be looking for a while. Your High Priestess is right here. In fact, I think she was right here and the Hermit was here. But it's coming through. And part of the purpose is to transmute. Part of the purpose is to understand when something leaves you empty, drained, and unfulfilled, leave it behind. Leave it. Let it go. Move on. Temperance is part of your purpose. And that is a tough one because temperance requires patience. And it is like the Strength card or the Two of Coins. You're alchemizing and balancing and alchemizing and balancing. And it always feels like, it's going to take so long. And it's not so fun and amazing and tricky as juggling. It's a blending. It's a harmonizing. And this is part of the purpose coming here. And doing it with logic and love at the same time. Very, very much so. You've got the Four of Swords here. Taking better care of yourself is huge important for you right now. There needs to be clarity that is brought forth. The things that you are clear on, that you have witnessed, that you have seen, you can share the wisdom that you've gained from this. The knowledge that you've gained is huge. And you need to go towards peace, whatever it is that puts you in flow, puts you in joy, and puts you in peace. All at the same time, look for those. You know, we've seen those circle, circle, and the circle. That's what those circles are for you. This is how you harmonize. There's something coming forward. You've got the Knight of Wands here, the Hierophant, which is teacher energy and giving the keys and wisdom. And this is the Pope and the Popess, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is knowing this. This is traditions and mysteries that are already external in the world or already established. These are the ones that are inner. You're getting both of them coming through in a big way. Then you get the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands, wanting to charge forward. And then here you have the King of Swords. These two are on either side of this. It's not so much that you have to try something entirely different and new. But you have to take a leap of faith. And that's the big requirement here with this one. And that feels very, very strong. What else do we got on this? Let the mysteries unfold. Whatever you find to be profound and of depth, it's important for you. Harmonizing the emotional flow comes when you are more grounded. There's something that's coming through. Yes, it's coming through. harmonizing the emotional flow comes more easily to you when you are more grounded. It is as if some people get in the garden, they are restored, made whole, healing goes on. This feels very much the way for you. When you are in nature, maybe you're not in the garden, maybe you're at the ocean or at the lake or whatever it is, but when you are in nature, you get more grounded. It feels like that grounded means definitely the grounded. I'm getting it. It doesn't feel as watery as all that. You'll know better than I. But there are a couple of places where you can go. You can either cry your head off or write and journal and get really profound answers and clarity. This is huge. If you cannot get to those places really quickly, because not everybody can just travel to the ocean overnight, get it on a screen. Get yourself in the zone. Get yourself mentally in the zone. The moon comes through again. What is it that you really want to do? There is a balance that's coming through, and she's coming through like shadowing. Usually we see the keys to the kingdom given to the Hierophant, but if you look carefully at this moon, and you've got it twice, show her this. Point out, you can see the keys. You have all of the keys that you need, all of the gifts that you need. Your job is to help show the way, tap into your own wisdom, help show the way some more. To balance and blend, bring harmony and lift. And this is a huge thing, because you see a world full of nonsense. You see a world full of crazy, and sometimes we think our purpose has to be big, huge, magic, epic size. We forget how beautiful the purpose is in the daily grind, in the daily doing of kindness for each other, in the daily lifting of each other. When we are taking care of ourselves first, then we make room to lift, and anxiety will have no power then. There is partnering going on here, and this is coming through very vibrant here. What do we need to know about this? It's kindred spirits that come through on this. Sometimes soul family comes through. Sometimes this is seen as wedding cards. Sometimes it's more powerful than the lovers. Sometimes it's the sisters from the other misters that totally get you the instant you meet them. Kindred spirits coming through. Understanding that you are the Batman and you're about ready to share your gift. Sometimes you underestimate your own gifts, your own talent, and what you have to offer, and you will go into a space of doubt. You have much to offer. You're not Robin, you're Batman in this. This king wanted to come through and bring you to the leading point. This is seeing the gift that you have in your hand and then recognizing that you get to be Batman. King of Pentacles comes through one more time. Don't wait for whatever it is that's the financial backing and the guarantee. Don't wait for that. Step into it. The way that you approach life, your own gifts that are already there, that's the guarantee. The way you've survived up to this point and who you've become so far up to this point is huge. Don't wait for somebody, oh yeah, I guarantee it's all going to work out. I guarantee one thing, you can friggin' figure it out. You're going to be fine on that. Don't operate out of a place of fear and take the leap of faith. That's clear. That's clear. You are meant to harmonize. If any in this deck were to represent you the strongest, it would be the Temperance. It's the Temperance. Something about your energy helps cool when it needs to cool and heat when it needs to heat. You can get the barometer of a place and space and people really quickly, and you can figure out how to balance. This leads me to think that you have skills as empath, and those are hard-won skills. Use those for your own good first, heal yourself first, and then use those out in the world. Be very, very aware on that. That's what I got. That's complete.
Wow, Ange.
This is big. Yeah.
Huge.
Huge. Very huge. And this is like feeling like the body of work that you're doing, leaving this chapter behind and going forward. I would give it about 5 months, which is an oddball thing, but that's what I give it. 5 months before you're fully out of this and fully into this. And you're kind of a little bit here and there through this center spot. And it doesn't mean it's exactly that. That's just how the energy feels right now, based on these cards. And none of them are screaming 5, 5, 5, and sometimes the cards do. But that's what it feels like. So yeah, it's sometimes what a difference a day makes, what a difference a year makes. Yours feels like what a difference 5 months makes. Yeah, gorgeous reading, gorgeous, gorgeous, and I love it for you. And again, show her this one because this one came through so beautiful. You're meant to be messenger. When you see Temperance, when you see Hierophant, when you see teachers, you're meant to be messenger. In some way, the truth and the experience you share, the messages you bring forward, the listening ear you have, the things you see, and the way you transmute energy. Huge. All right, that's what I got.
Woo. All right.
Yeah, and as you can see, I love this. This is one of my favorites. Today I was asked, what's your favorite deck of all your decks? And I have like 760 decks. And today, my absolute favorite was this one. Like, Desert Island, one deck probably would be this one. So, yeah. Okay.
I had to do the puzzle piece.
Yeah, the puzzle piece comes up.
She said, "Thank you so much. I'm crying."
Oh, honey. I'm happy for you, and I think that's good. Crying is such a cleansing and healing thing to do, so that's excellent. Yay. Okay.
All right,
I
if
need
you've
to
never
move this
seen
slightly.
Angie's collection,
Yeah. This is it. And
that's to her left.
these ones I added in new today. I got like, these ones are beautiful. I might have to move these in this tray because they're just so gorgeous.
To her left and to her right.
So we'll move those forward just for now. I guess we could move them here. Well, maybe we can't. Whatever.
Okay, we have Sandra coming up.
Okay.
Sandra's next. Cass, Krista, Zuri, Amber, and Carrie.
Okay, let's see what we got.
And our list is going to close in 4 minutes.
Okay.
So
All
if
right.
you'd like to get on the list,
This is what we're
this
doing.
is
and
it.
Phil's
$5
not
off
working.
all the reads tonight. The
And
Blind
he's
Oracle,
reading the chat.
Year Ahead, the One Question Meaning in Full, and the Specialty. And speaking of specialty, Sandra is going to do a Bones read.
Yes! It's been a while since I've done one of these. All right, you guys know I love this. Give me a second. Usually I have a certain mat that I like to have for my bones reading. 1 second. Where is my little favorite reading cloth? Did I put it in with my bones? No. If not, we'll let it leave it. That's funny. 1 second. I rearrange in here and it gets so crazy in here, guys. Sometimes I just have too much stuff. I must have moved it.
Would you move, Ange?
One of my favorite tarot reading cloths, but that's okay. I can do it. It just has the Celtic cross on there, and it's the Naked Heart reading cloth by Jillian somebody or other. We're going to do it. If it's not in my drawer, we're doing it anyway. Okay? It's the one that did this deck. She did a brilliant, brilliant deck. Yeah, I want that. Honey, will you see if it's in that cart right there? And if it's not, then I must have moved it in the other room where
What am I looking for?
a black folded, looks like a cloth. I don't know how to describe
Oh, the
reading cloth.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it there?
Don't see it, Ange.
Okay, we're just going. We're going. Anything else we need in here? The ravens. Okay, that's all right. I don't always do it with that drop cloth, but I often do. But the bones will speak plenty loud. So in my mind, what we've got is the Celtic cross set up. This is what we've got. So just understand that how they fall and how I see them, they're also having this underlay of a spread of the Celtic cross going on. We'll throw the cards first, then we'll throw more cards, then we're going to throw bones. There needs to be a right temperature and right timing for something going on. There's divine timing coming in this already. There's something about right timing, and this desire to move a little bit too fast to scorch the soup is not a good thing, so be aware. Pushing too fast is going to get you scorched soup. Okay. These feel like gentle placeholders. We'll see what happens when the bones want to cross. I'll let the ravens fly up the pillar. These feel a little more heated in their place holding, is what I can say. So they're a little bit more emphatic. So we're treating this almost as a backdrop. If we were in Lenormand, they'd be the house that the other card is sitting in. Okay. And these are the bones, honey. You can show them the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Why is... It's a stretch that's coming in too big. A stretch that's almost a painful stretch. It needs to be stretched. So you need to breathe, but you don't need to push, push, push. You need to slow it down, but stretch. If you try and stretch too fast, if you physically try and stretch too fast, you pull a muscle, you pull something, don't do it that way. The stretch that's wanting to come in, it needs to be a slow stretch, not a fast, okay? I want the pillar. There's way less emphasis on the past than there has been before. You are moving over, beyond, and through. You've got the Three of Swords here. You've got the King of Coins here and the Wheel of Fortune in the past. There's been a shift, a change, a prominent change. This is a fated change in life, and there's something cosmic in here. This is opening up more and more. And when you look back before, it was almost like, yeah, I'm getting old blood energy, old blood, old wounds, old wounds. Feels like they've healed, and now this is opening up. This is opening up. There's something about standing alone, standing on your own, standing solo, 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 solo. This is a bone of soloness. We've got the amigos coming up here, and then we've got the two to tango here. So when I do my bone readings, there's certain patterns that fall together. This is, somebody's got your back coming up in the present and in the top of mind. There's a Princess of Wands. There's an exploration, something that's new. Wands are always about career and work and things like that. There's a dynamic at work that is different and new. There's also some kind of fresh energy. This feels like new relationship energy. It doesn't feel like romantic. It feels like friend, new creative friend, understanding. And this is being sly at work. Now this is, be mindful of how vulnerable you are in the spaces and places you're at. But it feels like you've got some stinging that needs to go forward. Now, if we saw the fox and Lenormand, they would be crafty, and they're sometimes a little bit sly, crafty, sly like a fox. It feels like you need to be the crafty one, and you need to understand what the role is and how actually genius that foxes sometimes are. This is huge for you. It changes things. So this feels like person A, person B coming through on these bones, united together by a different divine space, divinely having each other's backs. There's a divine interaction here. And it can happen where you meet some of your kindred spirits, and you can sometimes meet them at work. This is something interesting coming forward for you. This is something, little hesitation in here. And the two to tango, both are risking vulnerability. And this again, crown, crown. Okay, you've been in before, and you know my guide Lucy that comes through. Crown, crown is coming through. Lucy's coming through. And she has someone with her, and I don't think I've seen this one before. Coming through like somebody guiding and leading the other one, novice. This is different. Lucy is showing her this and that, and showing her showing what's going on. And they are distant. I don't think I'm meant to dialogue with this other one just yet, and I don't know if she'll come through again. It's the first time I've seen her. Very, very white, silvery hair. This is someone on the other side that's a guide. This is the guide showing me how friendship is done, how two people can work together, create a harmony, it's when 1 + 1 = 5. 1 + 1 does not equal 2 anymore. She's showing the expanse, and as she's showing, I'm seeing night sky and stars, and as she's showing the constellations and the stars, as she's showing this, it's like more stars just are falling, because the other person in the presence of her is commenting, and more stars are falling, bringing forward, being unveiled, being revealed. Like more plentiful, abundant in the sky, not literally falling, but you can see even more. The clarity and the more brightness and illumination of the stars, you can see even more. It's not just like the constellation of the Big Dipper. It's like if Lucy's pointing out the Big Dipper, then all of a sudden there's all these more expansion in the viewing. That's huge coming through. 2 to tango, the vulnerability and opening the crown chakra. This is something very, very sweet that's coming through. This energy of purple and purple and iris and purple. The irises are really, really potent to me. They bring the words of second chance. They bring the words of hope. They bring the words of miracle to my mind. Defying the odds, opening something new, next chapter, new start, going forward, huge way. Two to tango. This is a vulnerability, and this is a shared vulnerability. Not so easily hurt, not so easily wounded. Wisdom attained from here, past, can be left. Bag of rocks left. You're not carrying as much baggage, old. You can leave it. You're not carrying that much. You're lightening your load, moving forward, moving forward. The movement of the swords, the movement of the wisdom. Yeah, this is coming through. This is big. This is the Knight of Swords. Being in integrity with yourself in a vulnerable place and space, but highly in integrity with your own soul. Huge. Something's opening up huge for you. And there's a gentle showing of the bigger picture. Okay, right here going forward. These are here. This one's up here, so we're going to put that one associated with that one. These are here, these two here, and these are here. Okay. Wow. All right. Great. What we're seeing here, we've got the Ace of Wands. This is new job, new at work. When you got the tiger by the tail, and you understand, the tiger understands what the tiger is. Now, the tiger and lion can be really good friends. In fact, in the Oz books I was talking about and showing a little earlier, there is a tiger and a lion, both in the story. Both understands. Both are the cats. Both have claws. Both have their own powers, but they're definitely different cats. Definitely different kinds of aspects. Different ways that complement each other. The differences need honored. There is something that comes in alignment, and when it's out of alignment, it's almost like you can do a do-it-yourself chiropractic to get in alignment, to get, what is it that you're not emotionally overheated about, but what are you passionate about? Deeply passionate. What connects for you? This is huge for you. Yeah, creatively passionate. We've got this orange coming through, orange coming through, orange coming through right on this bone, and a little bit of purple on this. This is coming through. Higher self is trying to guide you towards your passion, to something that lights you up again. So sometimes we all have to, like, you know, when actresses or waitresses, sometimes they wait tables and they do their acting thing and they're doing both. It's not that their only purpose is to be an actress, but they might think it is, and they might think there's no purpose in waiting tables, but they might wait the table and then talk to a certain family, drop just the right words to a mom or something that's at the waitress job, and that's part of their purpose too, and they don't even know it, okay? This is what's going on here. Star card. This is in the position of you now. If we were in the Celtic cross, this is in position 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Position of you now, what's going on for you now. The environment around you, peeking under here, is the Two of Swords. A little bit of indecision. A little bit of test of faith is what I would say on there. Now this is the Two to Tango, but this is cross purposes. And it feels like you sometimes are going to have a struggle and a war with self, particularly with the Two of Swords. You want to express yourself, but stay grounded too. And sometimes you've shot yourself in the foot by expressing too much to perhaps people that weren't ready to hear, or some people might call it the wrong people. So be aware. Choose what it is that you want to be clear about. Choose what it is and how you use your words. Choose them wisely. Listen to your own heart's counsel before you invest too much energy or too much nonsense in a thing. Again, we've got the expression here and the juiciness of the orange. We've got the blue and the orange on the hands of the raven here. We've got the blue and the brown and the orange here. Grounding, 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 important for you. Now here we've got a little bit of boomerang in this relationship of the two friends, and then a little bit of what I call the kiss. When we've got the bones kissed here, it's not the same as the Two to Tango, and it's not the X. It's the kiss. It's the meeting of the minds. Perfect, 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 perfect. There is something that feels very, very Two of Cups going on with this. This feels more Two of Swords. This feels Two of Cups. Seven of Cups about the choices. There's lots of options for you. Don't procrastinate, but choose two of them that are really good. Two areas of focus for your energy to be invested in for your own soul's growth that isn't about anything else other than you. And choose those for yourself. So you might dive really heavily into one thing that you're passionate about, that you love. Have another one for when you feel a little stale or a little funky about it. So you guys can tell I love tarot. I also love knitting. And I tend to dive very heavily into one or the other. But sometimes I just need to knit. Sometimes I just need to shuffle cards. So figure out what this is. And this kiss, it feels like you're going to understand friendships in a different way. And they won't feel as demanding and unyielding. And you're not as wary. It feels like you're not as wary of other people as you were before. Because your give a damn got broke over here, and you're just like, you have no more fucks in your drawer. You have no more fucks to give on this. You just don't care for the drama. You're just out. And people are going to recognize your peace is the thing that you get, and you get to give to yourself over and over. And that's huge for you. This is the price that you have. This is death and rebirth here. Now this bone, I don't know, can they see that very well here? Can they see it or no?
Yeah, it's right on the edge.
Let me scooch these a little bit back so you can see it. I'm pointing this out. It looks like a black 7, but it's very much, I'm going to just pull it. I can pull it out from under. It's like the Reaper's bone. Now these are the bones that I made myself, that I made for throwing. But this one, this is like death and rebirth. You know what I say about butterfly. You've been butterfly for a long time. But butterfly can't go back to caterpillar mode. It's not even so much hanging out with caterpillars. It's caterpillar mode. So the way you operate in all relationships has changed. You allow yourself more freedom, less attachment to emotions. The emotions are good guides, but they aren't always true. They're just sometimes triggered. We know sometimes our own thoughts can be misleading. We know this. Our higher self is not misleading. The one that understands freedom and peace and understands what it is we've paid the price to get out of the cocoon for understands this. Okay, going forward, going forward. There's a little bit of the boomerang bone coming in this too. Karmic boomerang is beautiful, and this is a lighter shade of blue coming in. It's not quite throat chakra, it's heart and throat mix. And it's boomerang. Be mindful of the words you speak, not just in your workplace or in your relationships, but be mindful of the dialogue that you have running in your head. It is time for you to change the tape, as Louise Hay would say. Time to change the tape. Change the tape. And it doesn't mean you have to recite affirmations all day long. No. Sometimes a good affirmation written on the mirror is really helpful. But also, remember who you fucking are. Remember who you are. Remember it strongly. You are divinity in a human meat suit, here to do all kinds of things. The fact that you've created as much as you've created so far, the good choices that you've made, and the ones that you might view as bad or mistakes or whatever, they are all creating and unveiling and unveiling and unveiling and helping you remember and reclaim who you are. Huge. This boomerang lesson. And yes, heavily green. Heart's going to get an interesting lesson, an expansive, bittersweet, beautiful lesson coming through on here. I can't move my hand yet. I'm getting Lucy again. This is remembering a friend who's like a sister. This is remembering a part of your soul that you set aside years ago. This feels like a wounding that the heart needs healed for at least about a decade. This is when a sliver got in and festered a little long, and it feels like finally there's the removal of this. Finally there's a freedom of the heart. It feels like there's a little bit of bittersweet tears coming in, cleaning, cleansing, healing. Beautiful, beautiful energy here, because this is unvarnished. This is vulnerable. This is the naked truth of a thing right here. This bone is stripped down, and the only thing on it is just barely anything at all. There's not vivid color on this. It's just stripped down to its essence, to its core. The choices that you make are not there for you to procrastinate forever or to think pie in the sky, but they are there for you to choose what matters to you and get grounded and move forward. Okay, what do we have here? Knight of Wands. Okay, shifting gears. Yeah, Lucy's giving you the nod. And I'm getting, I don't know, what is that song, honey? It's fire. It's about fire. Well, I don't know what that is. He's the one that always knows the music. I can't quite get to that gear. But this is like you're ready. You're ready. The Knight of Wands is bringing the fire forward. The intuition strongly here with the flames. And again, 7. Coming in sevens. What is July bringing forward for you? These Knights of Wands are bringing me back to this transformative energy. Fire. Feeling the sacral and safe energy of what is gone. These are the blackened bones, the burnt and blackened bones, the shadow lessons, as you will. Really feeling a lot more secure in the root chakra. This has been sometimes a little bit challenging for you to feel safe, and this is coming through. Safe. Yeah, this is what's coming through. Allow this transformation. And then when this comes where it feels like fire and you're inspired and you're glowing and growing, both. Allow yourself to move forward. That's complete. Holy smokes, I love that for you. I love it. Whatever it is that inspires you and lights you up is going to feel like it lights you up in a way that's been long overdue. All right, that's complete.
Wow.
Holy smokes, I need some water.
That was Ohio Players.
Oh, okay.
Fire.
Yeah, I would have never known that name. I wouldn't have a shirt that says Ohio players.
It's like a disco era song.
I get music that's so far back, it's way past and before disco era. It's like 18th century music sometimes that comes through. So yeah.
All right. She said, that's beautiful. Thank you.
You are so welcome. This was a great bones reading, guys. I love to do this. And this is really a fun way to do it. I'll see if I can find my mat. There was somebody that had a reading mat on TikTok and it had butterflies. If you guys have seen that reader and you know what that mat is, drop me a note, but that's what I got. Okay. All right.
Okay, we have Cass, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's going to get a 2 read. She's going to get a year ahead and a full.
Okay.
Then we have Krista, then we have Zuri, then we have Amber, then we have Carrie.
Okay.
So you need to be a little bit less long-winded.
Or
we're going to be here all friggin' night.
I will be what Spirit has me be, but you guys, you heard him tell me I will try and be a little bit less.
Don't jip anybody out of the
I
read.
won't chip anybody.
But you need to
know
like.
I get nosy.
You know how you like watching videos on
I feel
higher
the need for a
speed.
bird to fly.
You watch it on 5 times speed or whatever.
But I talk fast enough as it is. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Talk even faster? I don't think so. All right.
Some people got to work tomorrow, man. It's Thursday.
Dude, I'm going to give you a stinger pop.
And some people don't live in our time zone on top of that.
Can you tell me what the question is now? Again, repeat for me before I have to, like, get all...
Krista said the message is the message, Phil.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you. The message is the message.
All right. So Cass is going to get a year ahead. And then, Cass, when you get a chance, if you can give me your question for your full
Cass is a
read.
year ahead. I wanted to go to Good Fortune because it's a sweeter deck, but we're in Deviant Moon, and it's in my box of teeth kickers, so you're ahead. Wow, I'm getting don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. It's something that's roiling and got you nervous, exciting, and don't throw up. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Strategic moves coming through here and throwing something away. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it up. Calm down, calm down. Don't throw away the excitement that's going to bring you this breakthrough energy. This is huge. Okay. Starting in June. Be clear about your vision. Be clear-minded about your vision. There's a lot of purple energy on this card coming through too. Be clear, be clear. And this one, you'll see this crescent moon all the way through. So when the moon is on the waxing or waning, whichever one of that is more potent to you, it's not necessarily always the full moon for you. It feels like you really need to release on the wane. And when it's waxing, start affirming. I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. We're in December, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Now let's go to the clarifiers. Yeah, I've got 3 of these decks, guys. Love this one. Okay. We're in June. Better done by halves, my friends. Better done by halves. In June, you're taking on a lot, but there's new messages coming through. This is the 8 of Wands. New messages, new communication. But it's almost like there's too much chirp, too much bird. Better done by halves. You need to bring what it is that you need to do. You can see this card. She is about to slice across there. There's a reason for it. Sometimes when people are slicing things on their plants or their gardens, it's so it produces more prolifically, more abundantly for that plant, whether it's tomatoes or whatever it is, to grow. Better done by halves is coming through in June. July, we've got the Queen of Cups, and there's a clarifier that needs to come through here. This is the one that understands love lost. She also understands how to reflect on something without wallowing. Very, very emotional, most psychic of the queens. Clarifiers, whoever gave you the nanny boo-ha, you have some people that need to fuck right off. And there's no nice way to say it. I mean, look at these cards. Show her these. You got mean girl energy here and win at any price here. Adds insult to injury. No. Whoever those are that are having you contort yourself into a box, shape-shift into a different box, squeeze down, scale down, play differently. No. You are not here to be anybody else's version of you. You be the Queen of Cups, and they need to step off. That's a big-time lesson that you're getting in July. Yeah, get off the battlefield. Don't worry about the argument. Don't worry about competition. Don't worry about conflict. None of it. Just done with that. Needs to be done. Okay, August. You're almost done completing a task, and you need to really allow it to be completed. This is a time for finishing up. Again, we've got the waxing and the waning and whatever it is that you need to let go. This is delegate, set something down. If there's projects that you just like lose energy over, do they matter to you, or do you let them go? Is there a painting that you thought you were going to do and then it's like, I'm not going to do this, or this project didn't turn out? Either chuck it or give it to Goodwill or whatever. You need to do a little spring cleaning and set some of it down here. Yeah, that's clear. That's good. September. This is August. This is September. Surprise, surprise. There's something big coming up in September for you. Ha! The student. Now, the student comes in feeling like the student. I call this the Batman card, but it is the student. And this is the one that has the gold in their hand and like, oh, that's an amazing gift. Yeah, be the main character. You learned this a little bit in July and August. Now you're the student and you're taking on something really, really interesting, different than you expected. This is like the artist that gets surprised, and this is the card of the artist here. And they dip into the water expecting to get water, and they get the stinky fish. You guys know about this, but they have something of more substance than they expected. The gift that you have isn't the only gift that comes with it. It's like if somebody is musically inclined, they have also the ability to harmonize things. If somebody is creative and artistically inclined, they also have the element to understand color, and they also understand atmosphere differently. They understand lighting differently. There's more than one gift that's coming through here. Surprise, surprise, this is layered. Yeah, and it feels like a trio. How brave do you want to get in September? Take it on. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, a really bit of charging forward. Take it on. Yeah, this is a trio of gifts that wants to come through. Okay, October, Temperance. Finding the balance in how you're moving forward. Now this one takes patience. This is the Temperance card. It takes a lot of patience to be in and around her, but you're alchemizing something. You know, the old alchemists wanted to turn lead into gold. I don't know that that is actually possible or not, but whatever it is, you are transmuting. You're taking the one gift that you thought you had, you're recognizing the other two, and you're transmuting it into something even more beautiful than what you thought. There are gifts that we think of in the mundane way that society presents them. I was referencing the actress and the waitress before. The actress who knows that she can act and do the acting job, but also has the compassionate heart because she sees the people struggle as they come through and she's serving them coffee or whatever, and knows the humanity struggle. She's got a bit of like bartender, counselor type of energy in her as well, right? This is how the gifts come through. The mundane view of it might be, oh, an actress that's just a waitress. The spiritual view of that is huge. There's counseling, there's connection, there's understanding and deep reaching of humanity on that. And also being able to put yourself in somebody else's situation in that. That's the metaphor I'm given to use again for this. But it feels like you're also one that harmonizes things because of the alchemy thing here. The Empress, the receptivity coming in strong. Now this is October, November. What's going on here? This is fully loaded right here. What's going on? What's the fully loaded lesson? And it feels like, yeah. Strong listen. No wonder it feels strong. All right. We've got the card of death and rebirth. You cannot go back. And you've got to squash out those that would take from you when you cannot give any more. This is a kind of a little bit of a vulgar card, but it's important, and it sits between Temperance and the Empress. When we overmother, or when we have so many people dragging on our energy, when we're trying to produce something different, it really is difficult. Now, if you show this card, be careful in how you show it. But it shows the kind of strange creature that's very, very pregnant, and then there's this other little one that is trying to either get some attention or climb back up the other way that wants to be whatever. You need to know what it is that your limits and limitations are. Death and transformation is coming through. This is 3 majors. This is big. October, November, big period of time for you. This is something transformative energy. And this, when you see death coming in this way and at the point of birthing something new right beside the Empress, you better pay attention. I can't say it any more clearly than these images do. Holy shit. Okay, December. December comes along and it's holding on too tight to something in the past. You've got to let it go and make room for more. This one is the card of the miser holding on too tight. And this one, honey, will you show this card carefully? Carefully. This is holding on to an old relationship or an old partner, old friendship. This is somebody that's old, that's telling you things that are inaccurate is what I'm getting. There's an inaccurate representation. You cannot overmother the universe on this December. Anything else that you need to know? During holiday season this year, do not spread yourself too thin. Be clear on what you want to create for the holidays. If you want a smaller, more homemade type of holiday, great. If you want a holiday that's just you not celebrating and doing all the things, great. But this holiday season, October, November, December, do not spread yourself too thin. The Lovers. Now this is about making choices about what we do with our passion. If it's for another person or if it's for our heart's desire and our path and our true path. The Lovers comes in as a card of choice. This again, a lot of major arcana coming through here. People are going to be vying for your time, your energy, your attention. And you're not going to want to let people down. You're going to want to put relationships kind of in this way where you're caretaking. Slow that shit down. Slow it down a lot. Like dial it down from a 10 to about a 2. There's a ridiculous amount of avoidance that comes through when we mother everybody else and don't take care of ourselves. And it doesn't do us any good. And you are getting cautioned on this very strongly, very specifically. Beyond just the cards, the energy is saying this. Don't say yes to everything in this period of time. And people are still going to compete for your energy. They're still going to want to drain on your time. They're still going to want to do this nonsense. But you have to transform beyond Empress into something different. Into something that takes care of self and heart's desire going forward. That's January, this competitive conflict energy. In January, don't set yourself up to have 15 million New Year's resolutions. No. Don't set yourself up to do 15 million different things. Whatever it is, get your vision focused, singular. This is too much going on and not enough focus going on. Too much going on, too many going on, too many, I want this, I want that, we need to do this, we need to do that. Knock that shit off. Focus. Focus. Okay. February came up with 2 cards automatically. Oh, no wonder you need the focus. Look at how this is shown. Okay, what is it that the Empress needs to grow here? And show, again, we've got a pregnant belly trying to grow something. This is the 3 of Wands, whatever it is. That's your focus, your plan, your expansion. And show her this one. Focus. Do you see the spyglass? This needs to be singular vision going forward in February. This isn't about somebody else and Valentine's Day card and roses and all that shit. No. No, it's about what you love and loving self and moving forward in a huge way. It doesn't mean there won't be relationship there, but the singular focus needs to be strong, and it needs to be something you are devoted to, wrapped up in, embracing your choices, your world. Big. This is huge in February. In March, King of Pentacles. Now this comes through, and this does feel, when we see the court cards, they sometimes represent real people entering our world. This is the very one that's very, very supportive. You need the focus there to move forward with your own dreams. This is somebody that's going to be very supportive friend, supportive ally going forward. Typically this is represented and comes in as the masculine, but we all have masculine and feminine. We have friends that are a little bit more forward, more blunt, whatever. We have friends that have a little bit more masculine or feminine in them, regardless of whether they're male, female, or whatever they want to claim or be, however they choose to be, however they choose to present. I have masculine and feminine in me. Phil has masculine and feminine in him. It doesn't matter, but this comes through as the one that would be typically a little bit more masculine energy and very, very supportive. And if you've got your shit together, they're ready to support your endeavor. Huge. And typically this is, they used to read this flat out, older, male, dark hair, swarthy, blah, blah, blah. Kind of limited on old school Rider-Waite-Smith perspective. But that's the older things that come in. So just be aware. It doesn't mean it's going to necessarily look like that, but be aware. All right. Now here we have the 9 of Coins coming in. So we've got January, February, March, April. Sitting pretty. Miss Independence. Something liberating is coming through here. And I don't know. Liberating isn't the word that usually comes with that. But sitting pretty. Really, really, really. You're checking the perspective and there's something liberating happening. Liberating is coming through here and the victory card here. So we've got April into May. What is this card about? Okay, this is why I like reading with extra identical imagery. Look at how strategic you've gotten. You're not crouching under this table at all. You are playing both sides of the game and you understand the balance. Show her these. Show her these. It's too good. It's too good. Love it, love it, love it. That's what's bringing the victory. You're being strategic because you know not to throw up when you get nervous. You know not to turn away from what scares you. And you know what not to throw away. You know to honor self more. This is huge for you. Wow, I love seeing that. And then this. We've got May, June. We're back to June. What's going to come in next June? Let's get one more card and pull. Just to see. And I think it's only one. There it is. There it is. Ha-ha! Hoo-hoo! So balanced! We've got the King and the Queen. So you're operating from this Queen of Cup energy in July, right? All the way clear till next June. And it's very, very balanced. The intuition, the psychic gifts, and the compassionate gifts are coming in balance instead of overworking all these mosquitoes biting you to death or death of a million paper cuts. You're doing great here. You're doing great. This is where it says by half, that's what it means. And it more than doubles what it is that's the return, the reward, and your energy returns in a different way, more amplified. Yeah, that's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. And this is the Deviant Moon Tarot in triplicate, but love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's complete, honey. Phil, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. He's managing his phone and talking to you guys in the room, and I don't always know if he's hearing me, but that's okay. So, what's going on? Beautiful.
All right, so that was for Cass. And she's got a full read coming, but I haven't seen her question.
Okay, let me get
So
some
it's
water.
getting late. Some people might have to punch out, but they're going to see their video on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I always upload the show.
There she is.
Okay.
All right. Cass, sorry, Krista put, oh, he hears you.
Good, because sometimes I have to flash him, flag him down.
Yeah, Cass, when you get a chance, I need your question for your full.
Okay.
Then we'll have Krista, then
Okay.
Zuri,
Okay.
then Amber, then
Okay.
Carrie.
Okay.
Amber and Carrie are kind of might have to punch out. So
Okay.
we will see. You picked up the pace a little bit there.
Dude, what needs to come through and how long I need to take is how long I need to take.
Good girl.
Do you want me and to put this somewhere you don't like, or would you like a boot up your ass?
Don't
dude?
don't tease me.
Phil, you're going to get me bananaed.
Oh, Cher's here. Tell him, Ange.
Dude, I can't believe you.
What? You
I can't
you
believe
lobbed the
that-
softball? I got to
I
hit a
know.
home run, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, Cass,
Okay.
full read, love general.
Full read, love general. Okay. We're going to the good tarot on this one. Full read, love general. We're setting it up like the style of the Celtic cross. Oh, that's heady. Wow, okay. Wow, Ace of Cups in the middle of this. And the Magician. Ah, love this. Okay, there is some alchemizing and catalyzing you have to do by way of temperance. And this is some grief that you have to let go of, sorrow and grief, and rethink something new coming up in the future. But right here, the Magician, you already have the tools to do this. And the big love is the challenge for you. What it looks like, how it looks like, and how you interpret is big for you. The competition card here. We've seen a lot of this. 5 of Wands coming up. Competition, competing, conflict. You are not in competition. You don't have to be distracted by how do you measure up to this, that, or the other. No, 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 no. Focus on the self-love thing is huge. Focus on what you offer. Huge. It doesn't mean give everything away, but focus on what is essential to you. What makes you feel in your best space of flow, best state of flow, and all of this love overflowing. What puts you in that kind of a mood? That's huge for you. 5 of Cups. Don't look back in the past too much. This is grief, sorrow, things that didn't work out, things that are a loss that you mourn. This can be a literal death. This can be someone going that's a friend. This also can be wishing for what might have been that never was because it couldn't have been. So you have to grieve it. This is a card of grieving. This is a card of betrayal. This is a card of where Oh shit, I twisted myself into a pretzel for the wrong person. Oh shit, I accepted too little. These two on both sides, we're going to get a clarifier on this one because I want to see what's going on. But this is your past bleeding over a little bit towards your future. And if you want a clean start, a different relationship, a better, deeper relationship that's truer to what your heart needs, then pay attention to these two. They aren't necessarily bad, but they're letting you know. Caution on this. King of Cups in the, or excuse me, King of Coins in the conscious thoughts. This is where you're thinking, what is the secure? You know, they would say it's just as easy to marry a rich man as a poor man. But if you marry for somebody for money, you might end up really poor in spirit, right? You might end up really getting the short end of the stick. Somebody that naturally supports you and has their shit together is a good one to be in the company of. We saw this in that other deck, and I talked about it a little bit more in the other deck. This is in your conscious thoughts. It doesn't mean that it's going to look exactly like this. I want a clarifier here and here. We're going to go for the clarifiers now on this. Because it feels like this King of Coins might look a little bit different than what you expect. Like, Phil and I are both Virgos, but you wouldn't expect a Virgo who is super, super grounded to be on the road all the time, all the time, all the time. He's a trucker. He loves driving. He loves being in motion. That doesn't seem screamingly grounded, but it is. He helps me be grounded. I think I help him be grounded. It is something that creates a stable energy. Beautiful harmonic energy coming through. It's the happy ever +1. It comes in an unexpected form. Huge for you. Huge on this. So don't be too focused on the past as far as the 3 cups that are spilt. Remember the 2 cups that remain with this card. Like, remember there's 2 still. You can see them, and in divine time. And show her this card. She's focused on the 3 that have spilled, but if you look in the clock, there's divine timing on this. There's a window of time that fortune is opening up, and you're aware of what it is you want and how you want it to look different. You're aware of how you want your relationship, love relationship, and other relationships too, to operate differently. There's wisdom that comes here. Hard-won wisdom that is gained, spiritual truth that is gained that leads you forward. The unexpected surprise that comes through balancing the self and harnessing what this is, that is the overflowing love for self that needs to be harnessed and move forward. Harnessing the wisdom of the truth that needs to come through here. The word harnessing is coming through very strongly on this. And the unexpected surprise. Now, if you look at this, you see the fish here. Instead of, like, traditionally you see like the spiritual cross or some of the old things that used to be there. Here you see the fish. There's something substantial that creates balance. And I also tell people when they get this, it's like having 2 horses, and you don't have one that's ready for the glue factory and a thoroughbred together. You need to be evenly yoked, equally yoked. Like, if one of my sisters, when my skinny bitch sister was running marathon and said, Ange, hey, let's go for a run, and she thought I would keep up with her, are you kidding me? No. What? You got to have it evenly yoked in order to move forward. You have to have it even pairing. Don't date down. All right, going forward. The Empress and the King of Wands. Yeah. Huge. The Empress and the King of Wands in the position of you now. Now, this is where it's going forward. This is you taking the lead as the King of Wands, the one that inspires others and takes the lead, but isn't always good at the close-up relationships. Sometimes doesn't want to let down the guard too much. So be aware. Be passionate about what you're passionate about, but also be receptive and know that you're the Empress. She's the queen of all the queens. Hugely so. She's going to command all the realms. Not just one kingdom here, one kingdom there. All the realms. She knows what she's receptive to and what she will allow for fruition to come to. She knows when she can be abundant, and she knows who to allow to be in her presence. I was saying allow in audience the other day regarding Queen of Wands, and it feels like that too. You don't just allow your energy to be wasted on anyone. No, you don't just allow your energy to be spent doing this, that, the other. No. You are the Empress. Remember the divinity that you were born to display. It's time. The environment around you. Wish coming true. Hopes and fears. Do you dare leave this old behind? You do. There's a little bit of hermit time, a little bit of solo time. This is the miniature of the hermit. This is leaving the unsatisfying behind. This is a little bit of the atmosphere around you right now. Hopes and fears here. Like, do you dare? Do you dare strike out on your own? Yes, you do. Why? Because your wish is being fulfilled. You're understanding the power of the Empress more and more and more. Then going forward, Ace of Swords, you're understanding the truth. Absolutely. Huge, huge victory. Huge, huge truth. Huge, huge knowing. Look at that owl that's featured here. You can see the little owl with the crown on the heartache. You know the lesson. Show her this one. You know the lesson now. And the balance. And you'll know when something's off a lot sooner than you used to. Your discernment is better. The sword has been sharpened. Your knowing has been sharpened. What else is going on? 3 across the top here. It's going to come looking different than you think. Looking different than you think. Way different than you think. It's not going to come looking like the one that's the surefire bet. That's what I can tell you. It's not going to look like the surefire bet. Whatever you're investing your energy and whatever you think is security is going to have to shift through here somehow. It's going to come looking different than what you think. Then the 2 of Pentacles. There is strength and intuition being followed. There is a different kind of juggling going on. This sometimes is seen as lack because you're trying to figure gas or groceries. This is energetic juggling is what I'm getting here. Energetic. Knowing where your energy is. Knowing where you allow your energy to be. Knowing what your priority is. Yeah. And having enough and realizing you having enough, but you don't have to do it all at once. Huge for you. And what is coming through? Temperance. Like, many of us are shifting from tower to temperance moments, tower to temperance energy in the global atmosphere as a collective. And this is definitely where it's headed for you. This is big. This is the balancing. This is the balancing. Keep this in mind. And know that this is a time that angels, ancestors, and spirit wants to be around you more to help you fine-tune and refine how you discern on the subtle or the quantum energy, quantum field, okay? Anything else she needs to know? Yeah, okay. Heads up for fall? Yeah, okay. Heads up for fall. You're going to have this learned. The heart will have healed. Heads up for fall. You are the Empress. There is no denying it. Boom, boom, boom. Now, caution, caution. This is also fertile myrtle. So if you are of a younger age or birthing years and you don't want to be the Empress in the full pregnant Empress mode, take care, have caution, because this is fertile myrtle. And you can't outrun this one. Believe you me, you cannot outrun her. So take precautions, be aware, you know how to handle your body, be scientifically wise and smart and all that shit. Okay? Yeah. Be careful this fall. And if you are wanting to conceive, this fall might be a good time. So just so you know, you are abundant. And just because there's fertility, it doesn't mean it's only regarding to physical pregnancy. You might be birthing new creative projects and blah, 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 too. That's what I got. Wow. This is the Good Karma Tarot. And it is this the Good Karma Tarot? What is this? The Good Fortune Tarot, I think is what this one is. Super great one. I think this is the Good Karma. This is Good Fortune. Pretty sure on that. You guys can double check. There's a Google for that. But that's what I got.
We will keep an eye out this fall.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. And be wise, because could be some exciting times. Wish fulfilled after double Empress. Be careful.
Super. Thanks so much, Ange.
You're welcome, honey. You are
Kristen
welcome.
put, bring a tent if you decide to go camping.
And plenty to eat. You might have need that you're hungry. Work up an appetite.
And Kim is here.
Hey, we are here. Good to see you, Kim. We're having fun tonight. Holy cow, we're having fun.
Way fun.
Mm-hmm. Kim, look what I got. And 760 is probably fair to say. Magical Hours. It's edged, so you know I got 2. Gorgeous. And then I got a few more. But I can show you on Monday. But here's one of them. And this one is called the Folk Lore Tarot. And I almost didn't get it because it's so dark, but hopefully it shows up so pretty. It's so pretty. It's pretty. Like quilts could be made. I mean, look at the back of the card, for heaven's sakes. Gorgeous. Different kind of energy, but great. Okay. I can blather on about that later. I know I have reads to do. And people.
All right, she also got this one.
Yeah, I have to study. Whoa.
Whoops.
So there's a book in there that I have to study the story on that. Show them the back. It's hippie trippy. And I haven't cracked that open, but also show them the ticket that came with that. Whoever did the packaging on that did a great thing, but I don't know enough about it to even do anything on it. When he's on the road, I'm gonna be reading, guys. I'll be lost in this little green book. For sure.
Comes with an admission ticket to the carnival.
Uh-huh. Really, really cool. And I think it's going to be creepy good. I really do. But it's very oracle, not tarot, and it's not a whole lot of cards, but it's like just so creepy good. I had to have it. And I think it's called
That's
Mother
the
Mort's
first
Carnival.
card. There it is. Just a
Is that Cyanide Jane or something like
Arsenic Jane.
that? Arsenic Jane. Yeah. So, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So, anyway.
Okie doke.
Okie doke.
All right, we have Krista. She's going to get a blind and a pinch.
A blind and a pinch for Krista. Right. Wow. High contrast cards coming in. So we're going for your blind. And this is the I don't care oracle. And it's like when you get too hung up and too worried in your head, that kind of thing. The I don't care. When you need to let go of the drawer full of fucks and dump it all out and give no dams. That's this one. And then this one is a newer one I got. And it's called the Divine Codes Oracle. And it feels very Rebecca Campbell-ish. But it's not Rebecca Campbell's work. So we're going to see what we get with these. Okay. First, this one. This would be the letting go energy, things to let go, things to be aware of for you. Okay, honey? I want a line of 5 out of this. I don't know why I want a line of 5, but you're doing good of letting go of the heavies is what I'm hearing. You're doing good at letting go. You know, when it's not like you're walking through concrete anymore, but you still might have a little bit of mud on your shoes. That's just what I'm getting. The concrete is more like mud. Things you can remember. Oh, I love this. For oddly named deck, these are great cards. It says, I deserve abundance. Honey, will you show these? Because these don't come out very often. I deserve abundance. What if you could send your problems away today? And this is where you are letting go of some of them. It's why it's not concrete anymore, why it's mud. You can do it. This is you getting prepared to do some kind of brave thing, and you've been fighting or battling self. And this is a sacred inner war is what I'm getting. Sacred inner war that you are doing with yourself. It's part of evolving. It's part of our soul growing. This is part of it's going. I don't understand yet. I'm a genius. This is the truth. Don't underestimate yourself. This is part of that battle. I don't understand yet. I'm a genius. You are a genius at what it is that you do. How you bring it forward is really beautiful and needs honored, and it grows your soul. It's a big deal. And do what you love. You know totally what this is about. You absolutely know this is about. This is one of your purposes. And if I want to say teacher, if I want to say speaker, messenger, yeah, it's definitely tapping into gifts and speaking truth and teaching in an abundant way. And the wrestling match with self needs to be let go now. And the things that feel like concrete on the boots need to be let go. A little bit of mud or stomping in the rain puddles, fine, but keep moving forward. Okay. Now we're going to see what's going on with this one. And I want to shuffle this a few times. This one, beautiful pink edging on this. Love it, love it, love it. And this one I need to study a little bit more too, but it is very Rebecca Campbell flavor. If there was another person that had similar kind of vibes. Yeah, I wasn't even looking for Oracle decks. I got this in my hand and I couldn't put it down. Could not put it down. This says self-acceptance. You are divine. You are beautiful and divine as you are. You are not broken. This is, I think kintsugi is what this is called. When the broken vase gets filled with gold and is considered more beautiful. Or pottery is broken and people will fill it with gold. I've seen it done. This is where it adds the value. The scars to the beautiful. This is where you are stronger because of what you've been through, the battles you've survived. And you are not now and never have been broken. The core of you, the core of who you are is very, very strong, very, very beautiful. You wanted to experience the lessons that you have been through that are painful and difficult lessons. You wanted part of this in your experience. It is the veins of gold. If you have not read that book, Julia Cameron, Vein of Gold and Artist's Way, excellent, excellent, excellent books. Pick it up at the library. It's kind of a chunky, big read, but it talks about mining the soul and the artist's way and all of that, which is great. But this is what's coming through on this. All right, 2 more. Divine Channel. Aligned guidance and love light naturally flows through you. You are a divine oracle. What did I say here? Here's your sign, sweetie cakes. Holy smokes. We'll pull one more just for cuz, but holy smokes. This is the whole reason I needed this deck tonight. This is the whole reason I couldn't set it down. This is the reason. It's the one of many reasons, but holy smokes. Time skip. There is a purpose in the way things unfold. At a deeper soul level, this is understood. Quit doing the battle against yourself and jump into the timeline that you are meant to be in, that feels in an alignment, feels in like it flows with ease. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. Your understanding and recognition of truth and the way you speak it is so easily there. You don't have to know you know it to know it. That's what I've got. That's gorgeous. Yeah. Something about what has happened recently. You've jumped into a different timeline. Aligned yourself beautifully. I love it.
Wow, I have chills.
Yeah. Who would know these two would read so well? My goodness.
And what are they called, the cards?
This one is called the I Don't Care Oracle. It's a rude. I think it's I Don't Care. It's like when we get two in our heads, I Don't Care Oracle. Really weird one. And then this one is Divine Codes Oracle. And I'll show you the little book. And this is like brand spanking new. This is why I have to admit I probably do have 760 card decks. So yeah, it is beautiful. But it has a very, very Rebecca Campbell kind of feel to the cards. And it's not her work, and it's not quite the same, but it is equally beautiful, as you can see. But yeah. So, okay, do we have a pinch coming?
We have a pinch coming.
All right. Let me put these back, and we'll get the pinch.
All right, Zuri, you're on deck.
Okay. All right. The pinch, the pinch, the pinch. This
Kim,
is another new one, Kim, but it's just a black and white one.
Kim said, well, you had 760, now it's 770.
I think I'm at 760. That's what I'm claiming. But if I have to order more of these, and I might have to like move part of the studio downstairs for summer. We'll see how the air conditioning gets fixed next week. But, okay.
Oh, yeah, we got to wait till next week.
We thought we were going to get it tomorrow, but somebody called us and said we got the wrong
screwed
schedule.
up the
So
thing,
it's
and
like,
it's
all right.
like,
Okay.
Anyway, it
All
works.
right. It works. All right. What do we got going on?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm getting Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Wind in the Willows, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Throwing things out, like I think they're called brown flowers, but I'm getting the word whiz bangs. Whiz bangs I think of like more like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and candy, but pleasant surprises, sweet pleasant surprises. And I'm getting the ground flower, which is one of my favorite fireworks. It's all over and color shifting and changing. Excitement is coming through in this. And throwing it out, throwing it out, throwing it out. It's like you're throwing out the candy at the parade. What you're offering and bringing forward is huge.
That was one of my favorite stories as a kid.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. Okay, so we've got the seahorse coming through over here. The parenting, the caring, and the changing roles. And there is a role shift going on for you that's a little bit different. An unexpected role, the seahorse. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And ready to birth something new, whatever it is you're bringing forward. But your role is shifting, sweetie pie. This is coming up big when you see the seahorse. Now, what do we see here? When these are flipped, but they don't feel strongly flipped. There's magic and the clover luck coming forward. This is going all through winter. This is like you're understanding how to prepare. When people prepare for the harvest or they prepare for winter, you're understanding the art of hibernating. When you need to rest, you will rest. When you need to push a little harder, you will. But if you want your magic to feel a little stronger, you need to rest and you understand. So this is sometimes clarity and boundaries and saying no. This is understanding individuality and magic all at once. Like they say no two snowflakes are alike. Well, maybe that's provable, maybe not. How can you even prove it? But this is interesting, strong. And this is also bringing through, is it Masimoto's book on intention and the power of water? And some people think that's debunked. Some people not. Not here to debate it. But the intention that you have and the energy you send is potent. Some people think it would affect water in one way or another. And whether you're sending positive or negative, you know about this. You've seen about those experiments. I know you know this. I don't actually know you know this, but I suspect you know this. The intention that you send towards a thing and your energy. This is also very, very interesting. And this is like luck and magic. It layers in the energy with others in a really good way. Brilliant adaptability is coming through. You have a lot of sea energy coming through right now. You have the octopus coming in right here, This is gorgeous. Brilliant adaptability. Genius level of adaptability. You shift in a way that you don't even know. Just like the octopus easily changes color on the bottom of the ocean. I don't know if they can see that well enough. But they'll change color to camouflage, to shift. You understand you can go from one element of magic to another without even knowing it really, really easily and well. Trust your intuition. Trust what comes through, what flows through you. Trust your ability to understand. It is like you're feeling waves, and then tossing out the candies. Yes. And the whiz bang. So if you feel a shift, in the energy, if you feel like the ground flower when and it's yellow, then it's green, then it's pink, pay attention to what it is. Slow it down for a minute. Is this a time to hibernate, or is this other things that are just verifying? I'm getting verification big time. You're going to see this. You'll see things that aren't really there. You're not losing your damn mind. You're just seeing through sometimes some people call it through the veil. Sometimes it's different timelines. Sometimes it's just potentiality, energy in the field, the broader field, bigger than your own biofield. You would be able to walk into a house and be able to know some of the history of it, and you'd be able to tell somebody and do it fairly accurately. Very interesting. Yeah, gifts are going to be opening up, and this is the octopus. 8 is significant, and I don't know if it's 8 gifts or if it's August, but it feels like 8 gifts and not August to me. It feels like multi-gifted. Understand 8 gifts, and sometimes we think, okay, we have 5 psychic clairs, blah, blah, blah. We have multiple gifts and talents, and it feels like there's overlap, and it's why you don't even know that you're so genius at it. You don't even know how genius you are at it.
That's already happening, LOL.
Yeah. I can believe it. The horse and the rider coming in, there's a delay on the rider. There's a delay on the message, delay on the rider. Usually the rider's coming through and bringing through news. There's a delay on this. This is something news that opens up, and there's a delay. And it doesn't feel like it's August. It feels more like end July, but there's a delay. There's something you want a response or an answer to now. If you're making plans or vacation plans or travel plans, have a plan B. It doesn't mean that you necessarily are going to have to go to plan B. But there's a delay on some important news and rider before you make decisions. You've got the horse here with the unicorn horn, and this feels very unicorn. It doesn't feel rider. Every once in a while, it will feel like rider, but it doesn't feel like that. This horse definitely feels like Lenormand rider. Okay, up here. Why am I getting that? We're getting the dragons, and I've seen the dragons before, and sometimes I'll get a reference to Game of Thrones or just dragons in general or blah, blah, blah. I'm getting this goofy cartoon called Dragon Tales. What is that about? I think my kids may have watched that. There's like some goofy-ass song in my head, and it's just Dragon Tales. Something about the storyteller, something about knowing the story within something, and Dragon Tales. And I'm getting tales as in they're actual tales, but in telling of something. Your telling of magic, part of your gifts might be in the storytelling. I don't know if you know this, but it is in here. This is Messenger Oracle Channel. Yes, coming through. All right, up this side, this feels like the pillar of the Celtic cross coming in. It doesn't feel like calendar, it feels like the pillar. So this is you in the position of now creatively juicy, opening the third eye, really transforming, really understanding flight and being in flight. This is you in the position of now. Bravery and strength coming in. This is coming in tarot. This is a little bit tuning in, not forcing a thing, allowing flow. You're getting it. You're practicing it more and more. And you're getting a little bit more fierce. You're allowing yourself to be roaring a little bit more loudly, which is a great thing. This is a really, really good thing. Here we've got the leaf coming through strong, and then I think we've got the turtle. Why do we have this? Okay, give me a second. There's other cards that need to come with this. I've just got to locate the suckers. Where are they? Give me just a second. There they are. And it's not mermaid energy. It's the Avalon deck. Revelations of Avalon. This is coming through, and this is coming through like, is it Glastonbury? It's coming through with the turtle. It's like a continent away. And the turtle's coming through. And Revelations of the Avalon deck wants to come through, so that's what's coming through. Priestess energy coming through. The sacred priestess energy coming through. You know this. You're already creating this. You're already working this. This is already very, very, very magic. The storyteller and the things that happen and the starfish coming through. You know what I've said to you on this already. You know the distinctness, the individuality of the gift. You know how precious it is. Temperance coming through. You're taking the time to take something very mystical, very spiritual, and get it more anchored in the ground here, anchoring in the timeline, holding the light. The Temperance card has come up all night tonight. All night. It's been on fire. Show her this. This is what's coming through. And you have so much water energy in here. It's ridiculous. This is opening up the intuition in a huge, huge way with seahorse and octopus and turtle. And going to Avalon and getting this. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. This is activating the priestess energy in you in a huge, huge way. The key is here bringing knowledge through. You already know this. You already have the wisdom. And the key is very much in your heart. Very much in how open your heart is. The blue is speaking the truth. The blue is a sacred wreath. There's a couple things coming through. Sacred wreath, blue leaves, and also sometimes it's depicted as the blue crescent on the high priestess. The blue, I don't know, the blue crescent on the forehead of the high priestess. It's coming through like the very blue in her hair. It's coming through. This is speaking the truth. And fully, not tentatively, not timidly, knowing what you know, speaking the truth. Not just your truth, but the truth. This is something you distinguish, you know, and it's a gift. Your knowing, your inner knowing, and your knowing. Okay, what else is coming through? The gift is coming through, the talent is coming through, Ace of Pentacles coming through. One more. Again, we got that 8. 8 on the air here. Very, very interesting. This is the 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands. And usually I'd say that's 2 months, but I am telling you, it's less than 2 months, and it's 8 gifts that work well together. Sometimes I have trios of things, and that's the harmony. Sometimes we have, like, if you think barbershop quartet, then there's 4-part harmony. When I was a young girl, my mom would have all of her girls sing, and we would sing this song, and it split into 8-part harmony, and it was fucking gorgeous. And this is what I'm getting. You are harmonizing 8 gifts. Think about that, and think about how that would go. Those are full-bodied chords. I don't even know the musical term for that. But when you are in 8-part harmony, and this is what's going on. This is very, very super gifted. Super, super gifted coming through strongly, strongly. All to bring forward something that is meant to anchor spiritual truth into this timeline. That's complete. Gorgeous. Love that, love that, love that. Love it. All right, let me put the charms away. Holy smokes. Yeah, and let it come like the whiz bangs and the candies that come through. And sprinkle it how you sprinkle it. It's very, you're scattering joy and happiness and truth. And people that are ready to receive, they're ready to receive. Have you ever seen a parade where somebody threw candy and kids didn't come quickly to get it? You'll know. You'll know. Okay.
Pamela's asking octet.
Perhaps. I don't know. I just know it was like an old song that my mom loved, the Statler Brothers, and she had us sing this song from the Statler Brothers, and it was called Noah Found Grace. And when it goes to the phrase, and they landed high and dry, it split, and we split it into 8-part harmony. It was fucking amazing. I can still hear it. I still remember us singing this in our stupid Volkswagen bus as we drove around. And yeah, we were little Van Traps. So yeah, anyway.
Okie dokes.
Yeah.
Christopher, holy shinkles. Shinkles.
I like holy shingles. That's pretty good.
I love that so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You are welcome.
Okay, last 3 reads, Ange.
Okay, doing it.
Zuri, then Amber, then Carrie. I know Zuri's here. Hopefully Amber and Carrie have stuck around. If not, they will be on the YouTube, Ange.
Well, we don't even know what their questions are, do we?
Well, you're ahead. 2 in a row. Zuri, you're ahead right now.
Okay, all right. This is a nice one. Zuri, you're ahead. And I think this is a Soul Sparkle Tarot. Zuri, you're ahead. Leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind. Nine of Swords, leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind. Zuri, whatever is giving you anxiety and monkey mind and stress, leave it the fuck behind. You need to get the sleep. Something that's disruptive. You need to make sacred your sleep space, and whatever is the dream, the nightmare, the anxiety, whatever it is, leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind. This feels like just barely shy of the 10 in the level of swords and pains and ready to move on. It's up to you. As soon as you choose that you want to leave this behind, mentally your brain is going to start doing so. But you're going to have to do something a little bit different in your sleeping routine and in how you settle yourself in and down for your dream space to allow other dreams to open up to you. This is huge for you. And Two of Pentacles. This is a balancing act, balancing resource. We've seen this a lot. We show this. We've seen this a lot. This is what's crossing in the middle. And we'll use this deck for the clarifiers. We'll go into the second deck to do the months around. And I only have 2 of these, but it's going to be great. We'll see what happens with this. Yeah. Whatever it was. April, May, leave it behind. You're done. You're done with that. You're ready to shift. You're done with that. You're done. You're done. You're done with that. Leave it behind. You're done with that. Wow. Gogs is coming in the house for you, Zuri. You know Gogs is like the grizzly old, cranky old druid guy that comes up, that he's very much one of my guides. And usually we see him at his house or in his yard doing things like that, and he's way, way down the path. He's going the long way to see Nell. Very interesting. You know who Nell is. Nell's very water fairy sprite energy. He's taking the long way. He's taking the long way around to see Nell. What's in the long way here? This is November? No, September, October, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, November. Anything more in there? No? Okay. December, January, February, January. January's okay. February, March, April, May. Now May, interesting. We started off in June, but we're coming through May. You are figuring out how to balance, and your core strength will be put to the massive test. You are not in lack, although sometimes you feel those aspects. It's like, how do I stretch the paycheck from gas to groceries? How do I stretch my energy in 2 places? Why am I always feeling juggling or on 1 foot? Why am I always feeling unstable? This anxiety and stress has got to fucking go. Something that you know that you believe has to go. You have to look very much more closely at that to open this up so you can get the strength developed, because you are going to have resources tasked and tested. When we see jugglers doing the 2 things, we're not super impressed. It feels like you have more mastery in juggling coming up. So somebody's going to throw a 3rd ball or a 4th ball or a 5th ball and juggling and juggling and juggling. This is a coordination of your energy and where you put your energy that's important for you here, okay? All right, June. Justice. Wow, very, very potent on the Justice here. Now, are these the yellows or the blues? These are the yellows. So we're clarifying back with the purpley, not blue. Justice. I want this clarified. This is a lesson. This is karmic lesson learning and the balance that's coming in. The juggler's balance here. The scales balance here. What's the lesson? Because the sun's coming in July. Queen of Cups. Don't be stuck in reflecting on the past so much that you wallow. The drama doesn't serve. Don't be stuck on the past, whatever the love loss was that hurt and stung, whatever this was emotionally, that's the lesson. Let it be the lesson and reflect on your hope and dream again. The Sun card is right here in July. This one, she knows to trust her intuition, and sometimes we extend trust and then get stung. But this feels like the lesson on the love lost, whatever the loss was. Sometimes it's relationship, sometimes it's another aspect. It's not always the love relationship. Sometimes it's family or friends that have changed or we've grown apart from. You'll know better than I. But don't be stuck in wallowing. Don't be shortchanging your peace for closure. If you don't get closure on a certain thing, you don't get closure on a certain thing. But your peace needs to be priority. Sun in July, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful sun coming in. What's going on here? Haha, Fool's New Start and 8 of Swords. Yeah, you're letting go of limiting beliefs and you're learning to do this in July. And then the Fool's New Start. It's going to take a little bit for this to activate, but it's pushing at you. Trying to push through the dream space. Trying to give you more hope and optimism for the future and for you to take a leap of faith. This is huge coming through. In July, this is going to start taking more presence in your consciousness. August, Queen of Swords. Cut the shit, sweetie pie. Cut cut the losses, cut the shit, cut out who needs to be cut. Cut your time and really reserve and prioritize what's important to you. What makes sense to your soul's growth. Huge. This one has her integrity and she doesn't settle for less. And if that makes her a bitch in some people's eyes, too bad. She's right 99% of the time. And your integrity, your sanity is more important than anything else. So let go of fear. Let go of nonsense. Let go of crazy making people. All right? This is August. Let them go. Knight of Wands. This is charging forward in September. Huge, huge, huge. Fiery charge. And this is almost so much readiness for momentum that you're going to have a hard time reining it in. This is that sun showering, showering, showering. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of fall. Beautiful, beautiful. This is August. This is September. And it feels like when these fuse together, I want to see. You're getting an extra long Indian summer is what I'm getting. Indian summer is when all the leaves change color. And in Utah, it's gorgeous. And it's like the change of the leaves, it's not going to be there falling too fast. You're going to get to enjoy the vibrancy of them a little longer. Page of Wands, because there's a new journey to take. You may find yourself ready to travel in September. It doesn't feel like quite in August, but it feels like September. And you're exploring something, you're putting out the message, and it's not going to be denied. This is huge. These two coming through huge. This is September energy. Now, if you're traveling and off to do something, you're recognizing the beauty in the place around you. And I'm getting, when the leaves change here, you get a variety of red and orange and gold and all that. And I'm getting strong, strong, vibrant red leaves. Be looking for them. Be looking for them. I don't know why, but the red leaves are important here. And not like Canada's maple leaf, but similar. Similar red leaves, red leaves. That, I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. October. You are battling the swords this year. You're battling the logic of the swords. Now here, we're seeing the 10 of Wands coming through. This is fear, fear, worry with the 9. And then you get this 10 of Wands that you won't delegate, won't let go. This is carrying other people's burdens, other people's drama, or carrying something that makes it so much more hard work. Again, you're going to be challenged by this aspect. The worry will come in October. You will have seen a change, but you're having a tricky time letting the past be past. This is October. It's going to come up and it's going to be heavy. So at this point, set it down. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Set it down, set it down. You're to your own driveway. If you need a reprieve to go get the sticks or go get whatever it is and pick up parts of that burden later, you're going to do it in a smarter way, okay? This is October. November. November came in hot, came in really big. Let's see what we got here. The Fool, of course, the one that's giving you the clue here. Again, we're seeing duplicate here. I told you it was edging in, edging in. This is the leap of faith tested and ready to go. 5 of Cups, letting go of the loss of the past. Lovers coming up, and the Hierophant. There's something coming in about the lover's choice that gave you the huge lesson and the key to your future here. What else? Let's get some clarifiers on that one. I want to know who's crossing your path. Is this somebody that is teaching you like a lover or a romantic relationship? Or is this a teacher giving you wisdom? Because both are coming in, but I cannot tell which is coming in stronger. I think it's the Hierophant. It's the Hierophant. You got the High Priestess and the High Priest. The Pope and the Popess. It's the teacher. You've got the traditional lessons, the tradition established, and then the deep spiritual growth lessons. You're getting a deep, deep lesson. High Priestess lesson. Deep, deep knowing about what this is. Somebody's going to teach you in this way. Significant teacher. It might not even be that they journey with you for a long time, but significant impact and teacher. Like you will know you were meant to cross paths to activate this High Priestess, this deep inner lesson, this hidden mystery that's been kind of hidden and chaotic to find. It's deep and it's coming out through in November. Yeah, you're going to see it differently. It's across December. We've got across the shore. This is sometimes like over the sea, over the ocean, across the sea, but I'm getting across the veil. There is not need to be running, and there's not need to not be vulnerable. There is a very strong way that you can open your heart up in December and risk the vulnerability again. Quit running to sources that don't feed you anymore. Quit running to old things that don't feed you anymore. You will have let go, but you're making room for new, and you're going to be ready to open. Know that you'll be held through this month and this month. This is something that there is a lesson in pain that you're letting go and growing through. Know that you'll be held. You are seen more than you know. You're not as alone as you feel when you're standing here contemplating. You won't be as alone in that moment. You will see the world in your hand, and you're going to have a clearer lay of the land, clearer idea of the map. Yeah, you're leaving a rough situation and going to smooth water. You're going to make your decision to go. And I'm getting the lyrics, and she is running 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction. And you will have realized that something that you thought was a direction you wanted to take was not quite right. And the Fool's been trying to lead you to the leap of faith and the better jump. But somehow there is energy that is around that is comfortable, it is like we are creatures of comfort. We don't like change. But this is something that you are going towards your peace, going to what makes you happy. Again, across the shore. I mean, look at this. I told you across the shore in this one, and I'm telling you this. You got 2 of Wands and 6 of Swords coming up. This is big. And you're going towards your own peace, and you know it. You know it. Why? Because temperance and justice need to be in here in this year for you. Now, I don't know if we've encountered temperance yet, but it's here. That's December. We've got January kicking in. We've got the King of Wands kicking in here. And the Knight of Pentacles. Prepared to take your own lead is what I'm getting. The preparedness here and the lead here, where you were Knight of Wands here wanting to charge forward. Now you're prepared to step into it a little more fully in January. Totally prepared and well packed. This is the one that takes 3 canteens across the desert. He knows what he's doing. He's prepared. He moves slower than he wants to, and he gets impatient. But he knows what he's ready to do. And he has the workhorse. He's got the Clydesdale, right? He's carrying it with a big, strong workhorse. He's coming through strongly. And this is you. Strong enough, prepared enough, ready enough to move forward and face new things. And you're taking the lead. This is huge. And you will bring others with you that are suitable, not those that are unsuitable. And this is huge to know. 8 of Cups. Yeah. The journey you're taking, you're going towards what satisfies the soul, not what is unfulfilling anymore. In February, you have more than left this. This is behind you. You cannot drink from the cup that doesn't satisfy you. This is the lesson, the mini hermit in February. Allow yourself some solitude. And don't think isolated. Don't feel left out in the cold, because you're not. Only you can walk your path. This is your gift coming up in a big, big way. And this is February. February is going to feel a little bit weird. Like, hasn't this high priestess been taking her time? What's going on with this solitude? I'm kind of over it. It's okay. You're moving yourself forward to where you need to be. Yeah, this is a separation of something. And it feels like a separation from an older version of you that wants to hang out, or people that want to hang out that you're comfortable with, but it's just different. You are on your path for your soul growth, and it's different than some of the others around you. It's not the worst thing in the world at all, but you might feel a little bit like odd man out. Don't let it get to you. We all have hermit seasons, and the high priestess has to go within, and you need quiet and stillness in order to do that, and that's over here. 3 of Pentacles is coming in March. This is teamwork. This is benefactors. This is people seeing what you need to do and backing up your plan. This is sometimes employment. This is sometimes a step up, but it's a benefactor. It's you having the skills now to come together and really utilize something that's a great creation with teamwork. This is in March. April, Page of Swords. Witnessing and knowing a truth. And this is coming in strongly. This one does feel a little bit more like the Knight. It feels like really, really ready. You've got the strong horse, not the speedy horse, but the strong horse right here from this Knight. You've got the sword of truth now. And it's like made clear in a way that is difficult and challenging. And this lesson is a spiritual lesson that is not easy. Not everyone would choose to have this lesson. But it's a truth to your core. 9 of Wands. You are resilient. You've figured out the boundaries you want to hold, how you want to set things up, and you are huge resilient going on. That's what's going on in April. We come back to May with the 2 of Pentacles once more. Let's see what's going on. 2 of Swords. Choices and decisions. Sweetie, you're going to go your own way, and it's going to be beautiful, and you're doing it so you can hold the lantern for others. This is what this is about. Show her this hermit. You are doing it so you can hold the lantern for others. You will not feel lonely. You will enjoy your own company and enjoy solitude more than you ever have in your life. And you're going to get it. And you'll be like, okay, I can be patient with myself during this time because I would rather choose myself than put somebody above me. And so you're going to do what's best for you and you're going to hold the light for others. That's complete. That's gorgeous. That's dead gorgeous. I love it. That's what's come up for you. Yeah, huge, huge, huge. That was a big one. Little cards, huge read. Yeah, I don't even know how many cards that was. But it was beautiful, and I love it for you. So this growth, it's big for you. All right. I need to get a little bit of water.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Zuri said, thank you, Angie.
You are welcome, Zuri. So welcome. All right.
2 more, Angie.
Hot damn.
Amber is next for a year ahead. Carrie, if you're still here, let me know.
Amber's next for the year ahead. Amber, we're going into the newer cards, so give me a minute on these. This is the Magical Hours. I think that's what it is. Anyway, I'm claiming that that's what it is. It's close enough to the name. Magical Hours. I showed the box earlier in the show. And I shuffled these a few different times. These are very dream state. They're like the Dream Keepers, kind of. Amber's your head. What's this glowing energy coming through? It's not frozen. It's a pulsing. It's a glowing. It is a returning. The light that is returning to you is important for you right now to recognize. Wheel of Fortune and Fate stepping in. And then here we have the 8 of Wands. This is glowing, glowing, glowing. We hear so often experiencing a glow up, but we have spiritual glow ups too, and they don't show up externally. They don't show up, you know, oh, here's a makeover. No, this is just a reckoning, an understanding, a reclaiming, and a glowing. This is something that's happening. The next 8 weeks are particularly strong for you. This is coming in timestamp, and then it's going forward, going forward, going forward. It's like the momentum of the next 8 weeks is going to be launching for the next year ahead. Let's see what's going on. Same deck, second deck. Okay? Okay. Let me give this a good shuffle. We'll see what's going on. Momentum and speed is important to you now. The way you launch your ideas, your inspiration, all of this. There's a huge amount of pride going forward. In a good kind of way. And not pride in Pride Month, no. Pride in like you know you've accomplished a certain level of a skill set and you're ready to go and ready to share it. Really, really ready to share it. Ready for fate to bring the other part of the cycle. You've been on the down part of the cycle too long, and it feels like the wheel is rising. So you are on the rise is what it feels like. Okay. We've got June, July, August. Make a little room. These cards are a little bit bigger. September. September wants more. September, there's a challenge coming. It's coming in like a hot challenge. You're reevaluating this and a challenge here. Don't know what that's about. That's what's coming in September. Okay. October. Happy October. November. November is tedious. November's tedious this year, guys. It just is. December. January. February. March is coming in. March is big. It's big, okay? These are slippery buggers right now. April, one more. May, okay. Now let's see what we got here. These are so gorgeous. I hope that they are showing up well. Phil, will you double check that they are? Because they are too beautiful not to have you see them. Okay. So we've got June, the Queen of Cups, the one that knows the lesson of love lost, right? That doesn't stay in the drama, the most psychic of the queens, the one that is starting to recognize and receive. Not receive, receive her gift. This is something you thought you had intuition and psychic gifts before. You thought that you had a knowing before. You dismissed, you doubted, you put aside. Sometimes we do this early on in childhood, and we're like, yeah, I think about this is kind of magic, or this is kind of cool, this is kind of good. And then the world kind of comes on in and crowds us out of this. And we start doubting and we start buying into bullshit that isn't true. This queen knows something about loss. This queen knows something about her psychic intuitive gifts, and it's being re-seen, re-recognized, understanding your hopes and dreams again. July, we see the Hierophant come through. What are you learning? This feels specifically like you're getting a key to a very specific lesson in July. Feels super, super specific. Six of Pentacles. How to balance the scale by giving and receiving and learning that you are not the beggar. You are the giver. Show her this card. This is huge for you. You are not the beggar. You are the giver. You could have 3 cents and you would still be the giver. You could have no pennies, no money, and still be the giver. You are the giver. You are the charitable one that is the giver right here. You need to start wrapping your head around this. You have enough to share, and you should be sharing your gifts. And if this is luxury and bossy, I don't care. You are more gifted than you realize, and you will be gifted with abundance. A lot of abundance over and over this lesson. And you have been taught some screwy palooey belief that makes smallness when there should be greatness. Understand this. Plentiful. There's something coming through in this also with the scales of justice coming in that's big on this. You've been down and now you're on the rise and you're starting to recognize and really see yourself. Okay. That's July. August, we got the Six of Wands. Victory. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, sis. This is gorgeous. The sisterhood around you is bigger than you think. You have more sisters and more women that are like you, that are rooting for you and wanting for your victory than you even realize. This is huge for you. Victory, yeah. You just really need to allow yourself to have that. Be proud in the ride. Be proud of the victory. Let yourself have the accolades. All right. September. The Fool and the Ace of Swords. Now we have this crossing here. Remember, this was big. Because the new truth is here. The Wheel of Fortune that you're on the rise, you know this. The Fool, the leap of faith you have to take, and the truth and honoring your own integrity cannot be said any more plainly or any more loudly. It is clear. It is just. You carry the sword of truth, and when you carry it, you are aligned rightly, and it's palpable. It's energetically amplified, and it's huge for you. This is a must-do task. You cannot stay out of integrity for very long, and it's not like that you will, but don't beat yourself up if you make a mistake, or maybe you have a goal that's a little bit, you set an oversized goal instead of like small goals that make progress. Don't beat yourself up about it. Remember who you are. Stay in integrity with yourself, with your higher self. You're on the Fool's journey now, and this is big. This is big. Here, you wouldn't have had the readiness to leap forward in these months. In May, June, July, you wouldn't have the readiness to leap forward. September, you do. October, the Three of Cups. Again, surrounded by the sisters. This is people raising a glass and celebrating you. It's like, I think you've been told in some way or other that you're not as fabulous as you are, and you've bought into it for a little long. It's like, the fabulousness that you are and the gifts exactly as you are now is perfect. It's perfect as you are. Huge. I love this. I love this October energy. It's just a huge one of celebration, shared cider, margarita mix. Yeah. It's really shared circles of friendship and goodness coming through, lifting the glass to you in a huge way. This is big. Big in October. November, you're going to have to set some of what you've carried down. In fact, I would suggest setting it all down. This isn't even a delegate. This is like, this girl has been so overburdened for so long, she just needs to drop the whole fucking bag and let somebody else have it. Anything else for a clarifier on that one in November? You're setting it down. You've carried the load long enough, far enough. You've paid your dues. Let it down, set it down, or you're just going to get stress on this. What else? When you carry other people's lessons, you do a disservice to you and to them. Do not carry their lessons anymore. And if somebody is testing you in November, you let them have their own fucking baggage. If they're having you try and figure it out or vent, and it's like you are done with being the garbage dump for this kind of shit, then you need to let it go. You have your own magic to restore right now. Set whatever this burden is down. You're done. You're done. You're done. Get yourself the sleep and the rest you need, and let them figure out what they need. You don't need to have anxiety and stress on their problems. You're not here to solve it. You don't need to carry that. Learn to get disentangled and learn what enmeshment is and get out of some of that with certain players in your world, certain people in your world. You need to get distance, okay? All right. Knight of Swords in December. Clarity, clarity, carrying the sword of truth at a higher speed, higher velocity, charging forward, charging ahead towards your own divinity. More and more and more. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's something that is the angelic realm, ancestor realm, spiritual realm trying to come through, push through. When we see wings, when we see angel wings, we see messages. You've got it in the temperance coming up over here in May, but it's here already in December. It's coming through. It's coming through. These messages of truth. They are more in your heart now. They are more part of you now than they were in June. You're letting go in a perfect way. Strength card here. This is huge and gorgeous. And this is a winged strength. I mean, look at this. Following the gentle nudge in a huge, huge way. What else is going on? What is the truth you need to remember in December and January? It might be reminded to you in December, and I think it will be recognized in January. The moon. Your connection to the divine and psychic self, even when you cannot see. The moon has secrets. It's hidden. It's deep. And it's very, very intuitive. This is what you understand profoundly on the cool winter night when it's chilly and you're under the full moons. Pay attention to December moon and January moon. Get out and under the full moons in those months. It's huge. Understand your intuition. Really, really. This is intuition and this is deep. There's secrets and mysteries yet to be revealed. We see the moon on the High Priestess card. We see the most psychic of the queens here wanting to wake up and revive. This is coming through in December and January for you big. All right, February. Knight of Cups. Show them this. I love this Knight of Cups. This is when we're questing for the grail for ourselves. Oh, love it. Love it. What else is coming forward? This is the romantic knight that gets idealistic, a little bit dreamy, a little pie in the sky, but questing for the grail and the high ideal. Don't make it impossible for yourself to quest for something. But this continual quest to allow the spiritual aspect of yourself to flow forward like a fountain, huge, huge good. And you ride the white horse for yourself, okay? This is what you do in February. This is what you do in February. Do not. These mother... In November and in February, you're getting tested on this. And this is somebody trying to push your boundaries to accommodate their convenience. No more. This is a burden you need to let down if you want the important ones to come through, the important messages to come through, the ones that are important. Now look at the difference in here. These are ones that are other people's lessons. These are the ones that need to come through and distribute the codes and the information to you. We show the difference in those two. And the codes that are supposed to come up through this for you being on the rise to lighten your load, not carry other people's lessons. And in February, there's going to be a little bit of a test on that. So just be highly aware. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. You're riding the white horse for yourself. I don't care if they illustrated it black. I call that when you're riding the hero horse and you're doing too much for everyone else. That's what I'm referencing the white horse about. I see that it's black. But you ride the hero horse for yourself and no other. Particularly in February, and particularly when they want to push in March. They're giving you this Knight of Swords bullshit again. You have this in November, and you have this. This feels like familial obligation and duty and something that you've always done this role, you've always done this part, and it is done. You need to really let yourself outgrow it. You wouldn't force yourself to wear shoes that were too small. If you've outgrown certain aspects of family, certain members of family, certain relationships that were friendships from your youth, whatever this is, if you've outgrown it, let it be outgrown and let yourself get the comfortable new shoes. They certainly aren't going to wear shoes that are the wrong size for them.
I had a past life reading and you said the same things to me. I'm shook.
Yeah, well, it's coming through really strongly in here. Really strongly. And this is coming through like it's trying to bring the ability for you to rise and step into your spiritual truth more and allow the codes and the downloads through. And it's not going to be as easy for you to receive them if you have people giving you anxiety and stress and dumping their shit on you. You are great, but the empath survives and learns skills that are highly sensitive out of surviving something that is difficult. You don't need to walk on eggshells and you don't need to carry their burdens. You just don't. It's not your role anymore, honey. It's not, and they aren't going to like it. It's going to be inconvenient for them to have to deal with their own shit.
That reading was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's something you're going to get all your life long. When you are an empath, and if you are an empath early on in your life, and because it's a survival thing, and it feels very strongly that this is the case, then what you're going to have to learn to do is get more clear about your boundaries. And sometimes somebody crosses them and you're like, I didn't know this was a boundary or such a big deal. I didn't know this would trigger me. I didn't know I was doing so much of everybody else's lesson. This is something that's coming up, and it will be a lifelong learning and lesson and refining. And this is what it is, trusting your intuition more and more and more. And it's coming in beautifully. But it feels like it's going to cost a price, and you don't want to let people down, or you don't want to disappoint, and you know what your role was before. But if you change the role that you have played, they have to grow too. It's not your job to show them how to grow, teach them how to grow. No. Your job is to just heal yourself and lead by example in that way. And it's a beautiful thing to do. March, we got the King of Pentacles, the huge amount of support. Look at this, gorgeous. You are the giver. Because you are the giver and you tend to give, and it's here, and you share your gifts, you make sure you give to yourself first, and then give to the strangers, not the family that's always trying to bleed you energetically dry. You don't give to energetic vampires. You do those that you see in need. You share with those that understand and are ready to receive, okay? Can they see those cards clear enough? Good.
She said I've definitely been putting up boundaries more often.
You will be supported in this. This feels like divine support. The boundaries are good. And the clarity that comes through here, this is where you're leveling up in March. The Wheel of Fortune on the rise. And what comes through, we saw the moon coming through, hinting at it. And I mentioned the High Priestess. She's here in March. She's here. Is opening a whole different level of truths, of understanding of the universe, of gifts, of all of that. Understanding it. Once you've opened up a High Priestess year, and I've often said the High Priestess year lasts about 18 months. But there's a part of that that's inaccurate, so I'll correct myself. When you've opened up the High Priestess year, and you've been in the High Priestess year for 18 months, you have had the initiatory space of this for when it first opens up. You don't abandon that. You can't go back to thinking in smaller ways. It's like if somebody gave you the map of the world, and it was just the state that you live in, and they told you that was the whole world. And then you get the map and you see, okay, this is the map of your country, so I would be in this map of Utah thinking it's the whole world. Then I see the map of America and I think, oh, okay. I see Utah, I see America. You're getting more and more expansive as you become High Priestess. You cannot go back to believing, I couldn't go back to believing that Utah was the whole world anymore. I know it's bigger than that. And it's that way with truths, not just with the energetic geography, but with the beliefs that your spiritual beliefs come true to you. And you don't need anybody else to be your guru. No. Your spiritual beliefs will be opened unto you. This is what happens with High Priestess stuff. This is big. Okay, that's March. April, Queen of Coins. She turns the tumbleweed to the Christmas tree, right? She knows what's exactly in her pantry. She knows the old recipes from like Depression era that will feed an army, whether it's stone soup or whether it's making beans and how much they expand. She knows what she's got as her gifts, and she knows how expansive they are. She knows who to share with and who not to share with. She knows her worth and knows her value. This is why you're got better at boundaries, and this is why it's part of your lesson over and over. Because your heart is big to give, and because you had to learn this earlier on, you also get the challenge of learning your value. And it's not by doing, and it's not by paying old dues and old debts in an old way. It's paying the debt that honors yourself. Paying self. Over and over and over, prioritizing self and putting value to self. You will know enough about the accounting and the accounts and the balance. It's a very Virgo-ish energy, very earthy energy. But you know your value, you know your worth, and nobody can take that. You might occasionally get your undies in a bunch. You might occasionally get doubts, but you know it now. You know it. Temperance is coming through here in May. This is gorgeous. This is an alchemy card. And this feels like something is magically alchemized. Something is transmuted. The grief and the pain of the past transmutes. One more card on this. The Five of Wands. This is the energy of mean girls. This is the energy of competition and comparison. This is the energy of somebody who says, oh, she's the pretty one. She's the smart one. Oh, she's the fat one. She's the short one. She's the tall one. Oh, she's the clumsy one. Oh, she's the... All these stupid labels. Or all of you trying to compete for the same prize and you're just over it. You're over it. You don't buy into those labels anymore. You buy into the balanced energy instead of the chaotic competing. And it's also illustrated, or one way I think of this is if you had somebody that was doing a piñata party, but instead of trying to hit the piñata and get a good reward, they're actually trying to hit a beehive, and somebody's like, they don't know. You're not going to be around those swarms of people and those types of mean girl energies anymore. You don't have time to play with that bullshit, and you won't be in it, and you won't buy the old labels anymore. One more for the Temperance. King of Swords. You know the truth, and you will have a cooler and more strategic heart about some people that you used to give. You're going to be more strategic, and you will hold your own boundaries. You will make your moves, and you will be quieter in their presence. You won't try and defend or explain or say, I'm so excited about this, and think they're going to be happy. No, you're just going to be quieter. You'll step back. You'll have your own plans, your own game plan, your own sense of doing. This is going to open up a new year for you. The Ace of Swords is sometimes a signal of a year, but it feels like this is where it's opening a new year. So you've got these timestamp markers of soul gifts, but this one is where you have learned quite a bit. And you will, when you put boundaries, you'll realize you're doing them for strategy, for good logical reasons. And it might be hard for you at first to do so, but you'll be like, yeah, okay, I can be good with this. I can let this go. I can move forward now. And this is what's coming through because you are learning the Temperance. And this is a beautiful blended gift. It's not just straight up no contact, but it's not crazy maker nonsense vampires around you either. That's what I got. That's complete. Gorgeous. Difficult to get the momentum when you're on the rise. You don't feel it as much as when you're suddenly up here. But yeah, that's what's coming in. Divine timing on that. Huge. And this is a gorgeous deck, and it's called the Magical Hours Tarot. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I almost thought I didn't need it when I saw it on Amazon, but when I was in the shop of the Mystic Frog today, I needed to. And she had just got her cards in, too. It was like, she had just got a whole new order of cards in, and I was like, oh, yep. And I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I definitely need two of that. And this is why I get duplicates. You guys know. I know I'm a little bit nutty on that, but okay.
She put wow and thanks.
You're welcome. This is exciting for you. Yeah, huge excitement. All right.
Let's see. PR Maxley, oh my God, I asked my guides to show me butterflies at night and as a sign, and here it is.
Here it is. Flutter, flutter.
Okay, Carrie, are you here? I don't think Carrie is here. We might just have to do a general for her, Ange, and I'll mark what it is on. And
was it a year or general?
No, she just wanted a full read. She hadn't given me a question. I just want to make sure she is actually not here. She said she might have to leave.
And did she say to do it anyway, and you told her you would have it on the YouTube?
She didn't say anything. I think she didn't expect.
You know what? I would rather to have her to be here if she could be for hers. Can you tell by the username and handle? Is this Carrie one of our regulars?
No. I don't know. I would have to scroll back so far to see.
Let's just ask the cards if we need to do this in person, or
let's see if I can find her.
If we need to put it separately for her. Like if we needed to refund, we could refund, but I'd rather have her have the read that she needed.
Yeah, that's scrolling back way so far.
Yeah. And if any of you guys know her handle or what, then we'll look.
Okay, Amber. Okay, Carrie. There she is. Okay, I'm gonna follow her back.
Because sometimes we get multiple names.
So she did say, "Understand." Let's see what the new message. She might be here now. Let's see.
So we'll just wait for a second. It's not like I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin.
But yeah, she's not a regular. Kim put, I don't recognize her name. So what do you want to do? I followed her back so you can message her.
Okay. It's just a general. I would rather...
Well, we don't know what it is.
I'd rather refund her money. So, Carrie, I'm refunding your money. If you see this, I'll put a footnote to the message. I would rather do your reading when you're present, or at least I know your question. And if I need to do a pre-recorded, I can do a pre-recorded. I know you paid for the reading, but I'm not sure what kind of reading you were wanting or what your question was, and I'm happy to do it for you. And so I'm going to refund you, and then I will be on Monday at 11. So that's when I'm on the lives. And if you need to reach out to me, reach out to my email, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com, and we'll get it squared away. Sorry that it went long, but it feels like I would rather have you here for this because I think it will hit a little different. And I don't know why. That's just what I'm impressed to do for you in this
Sounds
situation.
Great. All right, then that is it for us.
So that is it for tonight. Okay,
yep.
That's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Much love
Thanks,
to you
Kim.
all.
Thanks, Krista.
This was a blast. So glad to have you here tonight. I'll be back on Monday at 11, and we'll send a message out to Carrie and see what happens next with that. So that's what I feel good with doing. So, okay.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
I will be back next week.
Next week, yeah. Next week. So are we doing a show next week?
We'll try one on Friday or something.
Maybe we'll do a Friday daytime. I don't know. Whenever I can talk him into doing what he does with the cards and being on the other side of it,
Thanks,
I love
Kim.
it. Because you see me lost in the cards.
Hope I didn't breathe too hard. I got to get me some kind of windscreen or something. Apparently, I'm freaking sounding like a knuckle dragger.
Well, okay.
I'm on here.
Maybe you are a knuckle dragger. Maybe you're a caveman. Whatever. You're my caveman. I love you. It's fine. All right. I think we're going to let you guys go. Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you guys.
Much love. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Okay, are we done recording?